is land. How much land do we own?
Yep.
Yo, yo, yo. How we do it? Year, year. What's up, y'all, man? Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your man Jaguar, man. And I'm coming with the champs, coming with the fellas, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Corey Mayo and Dane already on the panel. I sent A1 the link. I'm trying to get Copper Hot Step in. I don't see your email, my friend, bro, old pal in the UK. I need your email if you want to hop on, bro. I see you out there, man. I learned from him too. I'm trying to get everybody I learned from on the panel, man. This is appreciation to my 1,000+ subscribers. Of course, without us, without y'all, it wouldn't have happened. So, I'm just thankful to have that. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 people who done heard, the messages that we put together and came to distribute to the people, man, and to take us further. So we just trying to keep it rolling, man. I just wanted to shout everybody out real quick and kind of give a little, leading up to how I really got into this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna kick it, rock it out. Um, Before I do, I'm gonna let the bros say a little something to y'all, and like I say, I appreciate these brothers, especially. You know what I'm saying? Corey Mayer done gave me more books than anybody ever have, thanks to the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to utilize things in the right way and be smart about how we're using it. Dane, advance my research on history and status. You see what I'm saying? Even looking at the medical field, you know, we got to really take honor and I show appreciation, but it's just the way you deliver it. You know what I'm saying? It's the way it is taught. It's the way it's given. You know what I'm saying? People gonna connect to the way they can understand or overstand. And so I show appreciation to the brothers who here right now, and appreciation also to my elders. You know, y'all know who y'all are out there. You know, to my great aunts and uncles. You know, to the elders that I learned from here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like the elders that some be in the chat. You know, some be in the back with us. You know what I'm saying? It's a great honor to have older wise people who can really understand and correlate back to what what we've been saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my elders, like I say, they always said, yeah, they studied a little bit of the African thing, but they never could find it, they were African. Then I had some who actually did find some ties, of their people going to Africa. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't necessarily their people coming from Africa. But it's just different, you know what I'm saying? And it's just everybody got a different way of explaining and how they see things when it's on the elder. When you're looking at it from an elder point of view, you got to really look at, okay, if you brought something out of them, you help them see more of that. It don't mean they're gonna see more of everything else just that fast. You know what I'm saying? So we got to realize how sometimes we got to kind of be just settled with what we get and learn how to take the jewels and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, uh, I don't know. I guess some people still, get a little confused about things, and they have a hard time or whatever. But I don't know. We'll get on to that later. But I wanted to let these brothers say something real quick, man, just before I go in a little bit, and then we just gonna build for a while, y'all. So whichever one of y'all want to go first, right quick, bros. I just appreciate y'all, man. So
Man, yeah, man, just appreciate it to be here, man. Congrats, for reaching 1,000. You should have way more. Definitely the content you put out is very valuable. Your efforts and everything in this community. So, man, you deserve this and more. And it's just gonna keep growing, man, because the real ones are gonna start seeing more and more. And man, yeah, man, you're one of the real ones. So I'm appreciative to be here, man. And glad to have come across you and meet you, man. And and see you like a brother, man.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
what's
I
good,
appreciate
people?
that, man. I'm my bad because I was I'm adding in Copper Hot still right now as we speak. And Corey Mayo, you already know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, it's like we really do got a real family connection. You know what I'm saying? So you already know I appreciate that 100%. We're gonna keep rolling, keep flowing. We're gonna make it down to Costa Rica. Hopefully, me, definitely A1, all of us can do it together or something like that, man.
We
We'll
need to go down
start
that
in the
motherfucker
back.
and go to pyramids, man. When we do go down there, when we do go down there, we need to go. We need to go down there, go get Cormeo, and then Cormeo could take us to go check the pyramids out and shit.
Yeah,
That's how the shit need to go down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I see Dane in the house. Dane, what's good?
He might have stepped away for a
You might have
sec.
stepped off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he told us he was in and out.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was just thinking too on the way to work. I said, you know what? Tonight we need to do something. We need to pull some of them pictures out you was pulling out last night, Cormeo. And we need to kind of go back and forth, man. Like with them pictures, man. Like you got a whole lot of them shit. You got to bring them shits out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them pictures people don't have. I do not see none of them pictures, man. Like, I mean, the more
Yeah,
standard ones, John Oberly and some of them, I see out a
yeah.
lot. But
Talking about that right now. I'm in the Smithsonian Institute website. It's called the National Museum of History and Natural History, and there's so many images I'm grabbing from their website right now, man. Man,
yeah, yeah. You said on the Smithsonian?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that shit out when I get in the house. Smithsonian, yeah. That's what I say, man. It's so
Check.
much research, my brother. It's just
Yeah,
honestly, it's so much research on the Americas that we have enough work for 20 motherfuckers to do. I mean, well, more not
yeah,
20, more than 20. Shit. I mean, like I said, you doing your work over there and you ain't stopping because you constantly keep finding more. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's not like we keep making the same content videos because we keep finding more research to go with what we already got. You know?
That's right.
So that's definitely something that needs to be spoken upon. But like I said, that them pictures last night we had, and we need to go
Yeah,
back and
man.
forth and just
oh
Hopefully,
really look.
man.
man.
Yeah. Hopefully, we can, man. And while you right there, A1, man, like I say, I'm just doing this um for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm showing everybody who I learned from, you know, and of course y'all give who y'all, who y'all learn from or how y'all do it or whatever if y'all want or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just keeping it honest, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I know, we created the information or nothing, but I'm just saying, like I was telling them earlier, it's the way we deliver it or the way, y'all deliver it, people can understand and understand exactly what's going on. And I just wanted to show appreciation to the brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, that I really learned from, you know what I'm saying. If I had Phoenix, I wanted Phoenix Moons, because I learned from Phoenix too, you know what I'm saying. Like this ain't,
Yeah, we all learn. I learned from
yeah,
Phoenix
yeah,
too.
this ain't nothing about,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever, I'm trying to get whoever, I wanted Medicine Man, you know what I'm saying? But while you right here, bro, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you, man. And if you wanted to just share something with the people or whatever, while you right there, man, I'm gonna keep it rolling so I can just try to give a little background or whatever, and then we can build
Oh, I,
on it.
I
Yeah.
could do that. I could do that. I could do that. Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, for me, my grandmother told me first. I was into the Egyptology and the Afrocentric shit, and then like I ran across the Moors. When I
All right.
ran across the Moors, but I'm like I said, I didn't hear none of the people outside of Ivan Van Sertima saying that we was here that was Afrocentric. He was the main one that was saying that. You would hear from other Afrocentrics say it, but they're like, yeah, it was only a few of us. And we came here and we left the normal goofy stories that we hear. And like I said, when I came across that more science, man, that was it, man. And then I started finding brothers like Lex Will, Drop 3-2. You know what I'm saying? And Cormeo and Lex Will got a beef or whatever. But like I said, I learned a lot from Lex Will when he first used to do a lot of his videos pertaining to the Indians, because he used to show a lot of the pictures and explain it. Thousand Go Ahead and Tyrone Street wasn't doing that. He was the only one that I've seen at that time doing it. Outside, like I said, I already have been brought to know Yafa, and like I said, the Duke of Tid, Taj Tariq Bey, and you had a lot of other Moors that was saying we was here. Like I said, you got two different types of Moors. You got some Moors that are Aborigine Moors, and you got some Moors that stand on that African shit. I learned from the Moors that say they're Americans. So, but for the
Yeah, I
most
mean,
part,
yeah,
no,
I
go ahead.
feel you, man. I mean, I'm the same way, man. I follow Lex way back, man, and I was learning a lot from Lex, man. And I ain't got no beef. It's just, I'm a man. So if somebody makes a video and calls me
Yeah,
gay and shit for no
yeah,
reason,
of course. That's
I'm gonna
and
react, man. I'm gonna
bro,
react, and
you
that's,
got to.
and now
It's no
now you see
reason.
what he's talking about. Now, if you see all his recent videos, he ain't making no sense right now, man. All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, you know what? Like I said, if a person wrong, like I said, this ain't about no egos, man. And I know you ain't even that type of dude that come at people sideways like that. You got to learn. Like I read the comment what you said. I read what he said, and Lex could be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So you already know how he is. But like I said, but for him to come at you like that because you were trying to basically keep your brother dropping them, you were trying to basically speak up for him is wrong. Like I said, but at the end of the day, I'm not here to speak upon that. We're here to speak on the information. Hopefully one day your brothers get that together, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's there. If it's not, we just keep on doing what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Just follow
But
the info. That's what I say. Follow the info. Don't follow people like they're the only info. Just follow the
that's right.
info and lead it for yourself. Correlate it with other things. And there's a lot of teachers out here. Nobody owns the info. I don't own info. They don't own info. A1 don't. We putting all this together, and this info was actually out here under our noses the whole time. It's just we didn't have that perspective.
Hmm. That's what I'm saying, though. But you know what, though? That's the reason why the information found us. The information found us because we knew we was going to present it the proper way. Like I said, I never claimed to own anything. That's the reason why we passing this information on because you can't keep it. Okay, I know. Okay, let's say if I knew that we was a Tauntauns, I was the only one knew it. Then what good is that for the people, the rest of the people who've been classified as African or might have been classified mulatto or Latino or Hispanic and people who really want to claim? Because if you, first of all, you stop the slave trade by basically acknowledging the real Indians that was in America. Once you do that, then we could trickle down and start picking and saying, well, hold up. What did Columbus really do when he came here? Did he bring slaves? Did he enslave the people? We need to, you know what I'm saying? And that's what people have to do their own individual research, man. Is pertaining these different European powers, man, because like I already read about the French, Portuguese, the so-called Spaniards, and because we know the word Spanish was only, or Spain was only created in when? 1492, 1495, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's when it was created in 1490. So before that was Al-Andalus. And and it have always been that. So how did motherfucker come? So how did people come into Spain if the people was already there? Niggas came and niggas changed the name under these people noses and then named it Al-Andalus. It has always been that. It was always a part. And Spain was part of all of them other countries, like you see Turkey and all that. You had people occupying them parts. So, and like I said, even when we sit up here and talk about, oh man, these people, they came from Africa and they came out of Africa and went into Spain. That's bullshit. It was already there, my dude. They was already there. All of them. The same thing. We start talking about the Portuguese, Spain, all of them people was already there, man. They just moved us out the same way you see now. So, like I said, like we said last night, that's why that's why I'm glad I came in through like Africa and Spain and all that. So I could already touch on some of that stuff. So I could already kind of know what's real and what's not real. Like I heard the lady this morning that was talking about reparations. She's gonna say they brought 4 million so-called Africans here. That's because her handlers told her to say that. Because when you look on the census and you see the 4 million people, it's gonna make sense. But now you got to count for the Indians, which the Indians was in large. It was at least 14 Indians or 14 Aborigines to one Negro that was brought from the Caribbean. Whether you believe that Negro was an Indian or you believe that Negro was an African. You understand? So, like I said, the information out there, we doing the research. We've been doing this research. And I'm gonna continue on doing the research. You know what I'm saying? More information I find, I will put it out there. It's ASAP. So, I'm just done with my semester. I got one more class next week, and after that, I'm probably gonna go take this real estate course in the summertime. But I will be around to be doing videos. So, hopefully, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, I'm trying to get this documentary out. Once I get this documentary out, I'm trying to get it on a major platform, you know what I'm saying, which I'm gonna make it happen. Anything I put my mind to, I can do it. So I already know how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much where I got my knowledge from. And like I said, also Cormeo and Dane. Like I said, even if you learning you ain't never be too cocky and say that you ain't learning from nobody. Cause where the fuck I was just sitting here meditating, and I just thought about I was sitting here meditating and shit. Oh shit. Oh, somebody named Jaguar Olmec. And then motherfucker just called me. Like, come on, bro. Like, we sit here, we listen to each other. How you doing? We sit. I'm okay. Go ahead. You can take it downstairs, though. Give it to Lynette for me. No, I'm done. Yeah, give it to Lynette for me. Okay. Okay, no doubt. But yeah, man, for the most part, that's what I deal with, man. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people have problems with the Moors, and and I read it. But like I said, bro, you got some good Moorish brothers out here. That you know what I'm saying? That you could sit down and talk to. They'll teach you legalese. They'll teach you laws. At this point in time, if you don't know that most of the Aborigines are the ones that sold you out, then you lost. You know what I'm saying? We sold each other out.
That's right.
We sold each other out, and we still doing it today. We informing amongst each other, whether it's your mother or your brother. You know what I'm saying? We informing them. We informing on each other and shit. To the European niggas a stool pigeon and shit. You ain't heard that word in a long time, nigga. You a stool pigeon. Nigga,
yeah, man. Because like I say, man, we go get on it too, bro. like it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's still coming in, man. You know what I'm saying? We keeping it rolling, man, because I want everybody to really be able to get a good build and share. We got Copper Hot Stuff that just came in. Dang,
peace.
I don't know if you did yet, man, because I know you was here first. I don't know if you done got back yet.
Peace, Copper Hot Stuff.
But yeah, we got Copper Hot Stuff, man. Salute to the UK king over there. Who know about, he know where he come from, man. Straight up, man.
Them brothers.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Over there.
There you go.
Yeah,
man. Shout out to Hot, man. So you can, I did an interview with Copper Hot Stuff, man, on my channel. I don't know if anybody ever really noticed it. I know the Atlantis Bills is an eye attractor or whatever, but I'm telling y'all, the Copper Hot Step interview is a must. I'm telling y'all now. And then even the Corey Mayo interview, you know what I'm saying? That's like my first interview. We gotta, I want everybody to check them out too, man. So Copper Hot, let them know what's up, bro. Real quick, man. This one of the people that I learned from also, man. I have to catch this video because we always go live on Saturdays most of the time. So
yes.
Jammed up that I have to do my little. We got baseball games and all types of stuff out. I always check them out later. The videos always fire, super content, super information that you can bond with and really take us more connected and definitely figure out who the enemy is. If you want to know that, you can't go to Copper Hot, straight up. Let them know.
Peace,
I appreciate that, man. What's good day on?
I never spoke to you in person.
Peace,
my brother. Definitely we gotta get you over there. I don't know, like I said, if you want to do it today, tomorrow, Sunday, anytime when y'all ready to do it, just hit me up and we can do a live build. But I definitely want to get y'all brothers over there and get the London perspective. You know what I'm saying? But if you can, real quick, since he gave you the platform, let the people know how you came into this information.
All right. Yeah. No worries, man. I'll just quickly shout out the team while I'm on here, innit? Like Jaguar knows them already, but shout out to the ICCC, Empress Copper Box, DJ Gambler, Locono Empire. Shout out Turek as well, because he was doing this thing last night on that build on Chief Holidays channel and that. But for us guys, right? People don't really realize, but England is a very highly Pan-Africanized country. Like, it sounds weird, but it is. Like, if I go up to the average person of American heritage in England and I ask them what color they are, they're going to tell me they're black, And if I ask them where you come from, they're going to say everything came out of Africa. And that's all the way here in another hemisphere. Do you know what I'm saying? So they did a mess over here as well. Like my mum grew up watching Roots because they released the television series over here in England. So when she came to this country as a little girl, that's what she ended up watching. But bearing in mind now, when her dad paid for her to come and live here, her parents taught her nothing to do with that film. So when that show came on TV and she watched it, it's like her generation, they just dropped the ball a bit. They just abandoned their parent teachings of where they came from, and they just listened to these English people instead for some weird reason. And from there, in this country, it just kind of went downhill. And so their generation taught my generation, because I grew up in a Pan-African household. You know, I've been to the West Africa twice as a little boy. I've been to the Gambia twice in West Africa. I've been to Tunisia in North Africa as well when I was a little boy. I've been across the Sahara Desert. I've done all them kind of things as a little boy because we genuinely believed, you know, at some point we had some kind of connection to that place. But it was you guys. It was you guys that changed us. Like we started coming across like by chance. I think it was intervention, like ancestral intervention. Because I could have still been believing the same silly stuff that I was believing in growing up as a boy and a teenager. But you guys, it's like, you know, your content and stuff started coming like over to us, and I don't think it was a coincidence. And I started watching it, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. I never heard no one in England speak like this. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just hungry for information. Like most people probably worked that out about me, but I'm just hungry to know stuff that I ain't heard of before. So I just started investigating, and then I found out, oh my God, there's other people in the UK that think like how I do. Do you see what I'm saying? There's other people in the UK that know they're Indians. This is crazy. So I started hooking up with them.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Wow. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut that. No, but you said one thing. You said one thing that I liked it. That you like me. I like information that I never heard before. Neither. I'm attracted to information that I never heard before.
Right. So I've always had an open mind. So it's not the fact that people need to understand. It's not the fact that we have an issue that, you know, you can't be from Africa, right? But we're just saying we was hungry enough to go beyond that, and we just found out that we're simply not. Like it's come to a point where we can just kind of make a joke of it. We can make a light joke of it on every live stream because that's just where it's at the moment. We've just realized, you know, we're just not them people. And even when I went out there to the Gambia, my accent doesn't sound like you guys. Do you see what I'm saying? But I met a local on the beach, and he must have come up to me and my sister, and he heard us talking, but he still asked us, "Oh, are you guys Americans?"
Okay.
But I'm thinking to myself, I don't even sound like I was born over there. Do you see what I'm saying? I literally sound like I was born and raised over here, but he didn't even ask me, you know, are you half African? Are you this? Are you that? He just said, he just cut to the chase and said, are you Americans? So I realized when I look back on my past experiences, like people do genuinely know, man. Like they really do know. So we just started doing our own research amongst ourselves over here. Started getting to know one another, and after a while, people in the back chats would say, "Oh, you guys, you know, you got some good energy. You guys should really take that to like the YouTube world." And we were just like, "Nah, it's okay." But people, no. You have to get like a channel and start doing stuff. And then I started speaking to my mum about it. I started quizzing her over certain things. I was like, "How did you find out you was African?" "Oh, I watched a TV show called Roots." Okay, so I was like, apart from Roots, you know, what did your dad say? What did your dad say about Africa? And she said, "Oh, well, you can never tell him he was an African. He will cuss you out and tell you not to call him that because he doesn't know nothing about no Africa." So I'm like, okay, if he didn't believe in that, why do you believe in it? And that was kind of like the changing of her mind state. So when I asked her, okay, so beyond the television show that, you know, pale people created, what else do you have to say that you're African? She's like, to be honest with you, I have nothing. So I was like, so technically you're just not from there then? And then she thought about it, and then she was like, oh, well then, no, we can't be from there then. Do you see what I'm saying? So even in my own household, like I've got my mum and sister on board. You know what I'm saying? Like they see like the amount of hours I'm in front of a laptop screen, in front of my phone screen, just looking stuff up. So they know if I tell them something, it's because I spent ridiculous time trying to find it out. And at the moment, I went back to Jamaica for a little holiday not long ago. I got back last Wednesday, so I actually went to the registrar department. So I've started doing my genealogy. So I'm just waiting to see what that
Did you
throws back
speak
at me.
to? Let me ask you a question. Did you speak to any of the people there and ask them about the Arawaks and was they there? Like because a lot of
I didn't. I wanted to get some locals on video so I could upload it to you.
yeah, definitely do that. Upload that to YouTube and see what, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that'd be good of hearing what
Really
the
talk
people
about
think.
Africa. So it's amusing to me that a lot of the people they talk about is there do live the Arabs who come and live over here believe they're African because I was in a souvenir shop coming back home on my
You chopping up, bro. Hold
Yeah,
on
you
right
chopping
quick.
up a little bit, yeah.
coat of arms. The Arab in
He probably
it
can't
always
hear you.
looks the same, look pale,
Hey,
and
bro.
none of them look like
Hey, Copper.
Jackie Chan to me. So
Dang. Hey,
You
hot
say
step.
you breaking up a little bit, Hot Step.
Yeah,
yeah,
hey,
like,
go back probably like 30 seconds of what you were
Yeah.
saying.
Because, yeah, we missed that. What you
You
said about the
chopping up.
Arawaks.
Yeah. You hear me, bro?
oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah. We hear you now.
Okay. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, you was talking about the Arawaks and started chopping up.
Yeah, because I was on I did a rafting excursion down it's something called the Great River. The proper name is the Martha Bray River. And they say that allegedly on this river, it was named Martha Bray after an Arawak Indian woman who was named Martha Bray by the Spanish, and that apparently they tortured her into giving up a location of a cave that had gold in it on the river, and she died on that river. Like the guy that took us on the raft, he said he picked out some fresh white limestone, just fresh out the water, and then like he gives it to you, and then you can use it as an exfoliator on your feet, on your skin. And he says, yeah, the Arawak Indians, they use this to brush their teeth and stuff like that. So it's just very amusing to me because people can tell you over there everything that Arawaks did, but they're apparently Africans.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Yeah, real talk. That's fucking crazy. And then, like you said, they don't even know. Like, so did you do? So let me ask you a question. Your mother apparently has to be from Jamaica, right?
Yeah, my mum's from Jamaica. My dad's from another island, a much smaller one called St. Lucia, which the French took over.
Say okay. So now look. So do your mother know who the Arawaks are?
Yeah, she heard about them. Like when I said, okay, so what about the Arawak Indians? She said, yeah, I've heard of them. Everybody back home has spoken about them at some point. So I was like, so what do you know about them? And she was like, oh, not much. The usual. They was there. They're not there anymore. So, but there's some.
So that's the story. The same thing with the Southern Indians. They
Yes.
disappeared.
Yeah, just out of thin air.
That they don't want you to know who they are disappears.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the story. That's the story they say. They say that the Arawak Indians were there. They were, a thriving people. They were fantastic farmers, and it's really just a joke at us because my granddad, my mother's father, was an excellent farmer. He had an allotment space over here, and most of the time we didn't even need to go out and buy vegetables because he was bringing us like carrier bags full of vegetables he was growing. Cucumbers, pumpkin, spinach, anything you could think of that's a vegetable, he could grow it tenfold. Do you know what I'm saying? Effortlessly. And when I think about it, it's like the people that own allotment spaces in England, you only see two people doing it. It's either English people or, my people, the West Indian people, because, we are the farming people. To be honest, I never see the African with an allotment space where I live. I just don't see that. But I see that our people love farming. We're just naturally drawn to agriculture.
Mm-hmm. That's the same thing us in the South. In the South, we do the same shit.
That's right.
So that's how you know. These motherfuckers been lying, bro. They telling you the Indians with the farmers. How the Africans gonna farm more than Indians? Them Native Americans, they don't even see them farming like that. And that's how you know.
No. No,
they
and
fucked
when
up
you
big time.
actually are out there in Jamaica and you see how mountainous the whole country is across the board, how mountainous it is, there's no way that the English could have really come there in that type of heat, you know, that type of heat and humidity. Where and a lot of it, like where my mum's originally from, she's from a rural part of the country, and a lot of it is inaccessible by car. Some of it you have to access by motorbike. So I'm thinking to myself, how did them English people with no motorbikes get up to all these places and kill everybody?
That's right. But you
No,
remember what they
it's
said about the Maroons? Remember when the Spanish came in, they said that the Maroons went to another part of the island. Now, how the fuck do Africans that just got there know where the other parts of the islands at?
but it's really interesting because I was reading something the other day. I bookmarked it. Basically, the word maroon in its original form, when the Spanish were first using it, it was used to describe cattle, the cattle that it was bringing over.
Yeah.
Then the name switched again, and they started using it for runaway Indians. And then last, they started accrediting.
Maroonage, right? So
Maroonage. Yeah, that's the one.
So
Yeah,
now look.
Oh,
So
we
when
got
look at the
maroon in Spanish. We got maroon, which is brown.
exactly.
So look. So now think about this. Who was in Florida? Who was the Spanish? So the
Yes.
Spanish called the runaway Indians that was coming into Florida maroons.
The Seminoles, yeah.
It's maroonage. See, people
Yes.
think maroon is a color, yes, but it's a state of condition. Maroonage
Yes.
means to free thyself from in bondage.
Yes. And, another thing that we came across as a group, as a council, when we was discussing the maroon concept, because this is another thing they do. They say, oh, you know, when you ask people here, so what makes us Africans? Okay, oh, the Maroons. Everybody knows the Maroons are the Africans. So I say, okay, so if in 1805, the Pale people didn't know what the interior of Africa looked like, and they wrote it in big capital letters on the map that the middle of Africa is still unknown to the European, why didn't the Africans just run away to the middle of Africa where it was unknown to the Pale people and become Maroons, you know, in Africa? Where are the Maroon African societies? How can you have an African maroon that only exists outside of Africa?
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Do you see what I'm saying? There's no maroon communities in Ghana,
That's right.
Nigeria, Senegal, Mali. All these places they tell you was involved by the millions in the slave trade. Why didn't the Africans run to the interior where it was unknown and become maroons? How can you say, oh, the African maroon of Trelawney, Jamaica? Well, Trelawney is in Jamaica, it's not in Africa. There's nowhere in Africa called Trelawney. So if you're calling this maroon a Trelawney maroon, then he must come from Trelawney, which is in Jamaica.
See, you know what they never anticipated that a brother like us was going to really sit down and do the math and really think about this shit.
Right.
They didn't think about that shit. They were just creating a lie, and it's like, oh, these motherfuckers can't read. It's going to take them 100 years for them to figure this shit out. We're going to be ahead by that time.
Especially over here, because basically what I've come to find is the information that, you know, you guys deal with in abundance is very slow to trickle over here. You know, people are still very outdated on what they believe when it comes to our people. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very out of touch with what they believe. They're very behind on the facts. Very, very, very behind. When you get talking to them, because I actively like try and talk to people now, and when me and my people we get actively talking to people, we find just how, you know, limited they are in terms of, you know, the information that's been afforded to them. So it's an important thing, man.
Yeah,
That's right.
that happens the same way with the language barrier. So like if you think it's bad in English, man, like you guys should see how they translate things in Spanish, and it's just so much even more.
Right.
You know, suppression, and it gets really ridiculous when it gets translated, man.
They get really ridiculous. What you mean? The words like they it's confusing, right?
Totally change everything, man. You know, even when you read the Bible, like they change everything in Spanish, man. It just becomes so fake, man. It's just
these
like
motherfuckers. I mean, they some diabolical.
We are dumbed down, man.
Bro.
Like in these Latin American countries, when it comes to things like this, we are dumbed down, like for like a lot, man. Like, man.
Shit, don't feel bad. We dumbed down here too, bro. So I mean, like I said, but you know what though? We ain't gonna continue to be dumbed down. That's why the energy is flowing the way it is, bro. That's what I'm saying. Look. I did a video on the Barbados Slave Act. The next day, I was talking about Tatubia. I'm looking at shit. I see Cormeo made a video. I said, what the fuck? I said, how the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I'm like, damn, he did his video the same day I did mine. You think you did yours earlier that morning or maybe later on that night? Because I think the hours is different in America than it is in South America, right? The hours
They
is
won.
off, right? Yeah.
They won. You know what that is? Because somebody asked me, how did you get into the whole Tituba story? And I was like, honestly, man, sometimes info just comes to me like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's like the ancestors are bringing it, and we probably caught on that same frequency that same day, man. And I had to bring that video out. Like I did it in 2-3 days, and I'm working on videos that I got going for like a year. But sometimes I just get this inspiration and stuff, or something, something
moving,
opens, the seals open. Yeah,
that's right. To keep it moving, you absolutely right, bro. That's how it works. A lot of people don't understand. That's why I said, like I said, some videos I can, but you know what it is too. It's also availability of information. Some information you run into, you don't get enough information on certain topics as you would like to. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it takes me more time to do extra building because I can't find certain information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Certain information it's hard to really read. It's hard to find, man. But that's why, like I said, brothers like you, man, you do some wonderful work with the pictures and everything. Like I said, I like to see the pictures. That's what got me. What got me was looking at these pictures, man. When I first started seeing these pictures, that what got me. Like if you see my first couple videos, you'll just really hear me pretty much say the same thing because I was kind of stuck at the moment. Now, if a person come to me and ask me what happened, I can explain to them from 1492 until 2019. Now, I'm not saying that everything is going to be precise and correct. I'm still summarizing a theory, a hypothesis to the information that I got. So it's like, so like I said, at the end of the day, we got to keep doing this research. We find it. Like I said, I want to debate. I want to debate. I want a motherfucking debate. I want to debate a Pan-African and bash his ass. You know what I'm saying? I want to, and I want the people in the crowd that's watching it. Like I said, I'm going to the African Fest. I believe it might be this weekend. I gotta check. Red Pill, them be down there. The other dude, Turtle Gang, he'll be there, and we gonna see. I'm gonna have my motherfucking brim on with my feather in it, my Aborigine shirt, and we gonna see what's good. I might wear my bear claws. You know what I'm saying? I might throw the bear claws on and shit. But for the most part, yeah, I'm going there. Like I said, I'll be dialoguing with people when I go there. So, like I said, I see red pill, blue pill in them in most of the time, and we be having some good talks, man, some good debates. As far as like I see them brothers, but yeah, I'm going this weekend, man. I definitely go there. I'm gonna put some pictures up of me interviewing some people, interviewing a few people, especially the blacks that be there that think they Africans, man. Oh my God, this shit is gonna be hysterical, man. I'm definitely going though. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, I didn't want to change the subject, but I just want to add, like in my journey, like when I ran into the brother 432, the drug radio, I was the same thing with Copper, like what Copper was explaining. I just couldn't believe that somebody else thought like me. You know what I mean? That all my theories were like actually right. Because you got theories and you got conspiracies you've been following because we didn't have info. But when I met him and I saw his info and I started researching it, he introduced me to you, A1. He introduced me to Lex. He introduced me to Dane. But that brother's a lot because he promotes everybody. And I want to give him a big shout out. He's doing major things. Yeah, he's making major moves, man. Major moves. He ain't nothing but love. Anybody hating is just static.
Yeah,
and a big shout out to him. Big shout out to the brothers. Wanagi, Nepi, Opemiha, Kiowa.
Right, man.
They've shown me nothing but love. They invited me, to their, back chat. They're a tribe, but they invited me in. They treat me like a tribal brother. Mad respect to them. That's what.
So they treat you. You are a tribal brother, man.
I mean, like their particular specific tribe. The Catawba.
You are a tribe, bro. You were with us, man. You doing this. You ain't gotta. You could be fucking doing videos about a further South American culture, bro. You helping us as individuals. So especially we can definitely adopt you in any of these tribes. So you in the, I'm Tasaugi, Aniyawanya, you Aniwanya, Aniyawanya. So
Yeah,
look
no, I
at
mean, I
that.
got my history. I'm Chorotega, Huetar. I know you guys probably don't know, never heard of those tribes, but Chorotegas are ancient Toltecs. They fled and came down to Mesoamerica, Costa Rica, and Huetares, we were here way back. So yeah, I mean, I know it's just over here. We've been under. We were put in missions in 1569. They
Mm,
separated they gathered all the tribes. We were spread out throughout the whole country, and they in 1569 they created all the missions and put all of us in missions. And
really?
I mean, we've been suppressed since 1500s. You know what I'm saying? Like it's harder over here in these countries, man. Like to really. When you start looking at the census records, you see nothing but Indian, mestizo, Indian, mestizo, Indian. You don't see nothing that says Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Spanish wasn't existing at that point in time. So
And even the Spanish that were coming, a lot of them were Moors and mulattoes and Black Europeans. So I mean, it doesn't make sense what you're
no,
saying
you
that
can
we're
get the
light
hell
skinned
out my.
because
Oh,
of
I
this.
thought you was old girl. Yeah, you can get some. What's up, people?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, hold on for a minute. My class is walking. Give me 1 second. Let me mute my mic real quick. Peace, 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 peace to the brothers. What's up, you pelican face?
Peace, peace. Halito, everybody. Peace, peace. Greetings. What's going on?
What's up, man?
Yeah, what's
Aboriginal
good? What's
power.
good, AP?
Already know AP. You know what I'm saying? AP is the one who really embraced me personally in the Aboriginal community. He's the first brother to call me and hit me up like, yo, what up, man? What you trying to do? You trying to make this thing happen or is you playing around? I told this man, look, man, you late. We already home.
Yeah, I wanna vouch for that, man, because that's some real shit. AP is the one who actually contacted all of us who were doing videos and YouTubes and he's the one that got us into the first back chats and it wasn't always great because there was a lot of static back then. We didn't know who was who, but man, he was the one trying to unite all of us, man, and he actually did it, man. I met Jaguar through him. I met a lot of people through AP, man. So,
Facts. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about the youngest on the panel right now, like hitting real life was up, like, yo, we really trying to make this go down. The information need to be out there. You know what I'm saying? You know how he talk. Y'all know what I'm saying? We gonna make it work. You know what I mean? It's Aboriginal power. Man, let them know, AP, man. You know how we do, bro, man.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. You already know, man. It ain't nothing but love, man. This thing is a real thing. It's a big thing. We got to really start pushing and putting boots on the ground. We done got the formula. Now we got to do the mixing and making sure it's at the right stages that we want it. So, we got to salute each and every one of us that's out here doing the work. You know what I mean? Corey Mayo, Dang, A1, Copper Hot Step, Jag, it's a few other ones. So many, the list goes on and on. So, we just got to keep doing the work, man. So salute to all y'all,
What's
man,
up,
the
man?
real warriors.
Word, man, because you know what I'm saying, medicine man. If you could put his email in the back, he definitely got to be on the panel because he is like the one who really like on the like in all angles, like medicine man, like psh, it's like you can feel that eldership that he bring, man, and I respect and honor that man from that man. You know what I'm saying, like you know, I know he influenced, a good bit of our information. Some of us, when we get time, we get to watch them documentaries on the children of the corn. And I started out with the which one was it? It was the one of the first series he was dropping. It's a couple of them. It's like an 8-part series. But y'all check out Medicine, man. Y'all already know. But AP got us connected with medicine, man, too, man. So I just want you to go in about that a little bit, man, and just you know what I'm saying, just show them just talk to them how you just bring that connecting energy, man. You know what I'm saying, how you bring that water, man.
It takes a lot for you to be able to, to realize and match energies and be able to pair energies because everybody ain't comparable. everybody energies don't match on a certain bill. So if you can able to put the shit together, then you know everything will be sweet. You know what I mean? So it's just about taking your time out, understanding somebody's spirit, understanding somebody's energy, and being able to match it together. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people can't match it. A lot of people just, you know, groove and vibe, you know, chill with anybody. You know, I'm a friendly guy, whatever the case may be. I want everybody to be able to stick together, but we got to realize all skin folk ain't your kin folk. You know what I mean? We got to be able to match energies. You know what I mean?
And that's a fact.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to you know the brothers who've been doing this for a while. Like actually the original people doing this is Ab the Legend, Johnny Aborigine, John
Right.
Noble. A lot of these, there's so many I can't remember, but they've been putting out these images for us. It's been breaking the spell for us, helping us break the spell.
That's
You know,
right.
and motivated me to actually look for the books that they quote all the time. Because you know people that that's Photoshop, that's Photoshop. Well, I prove it to you. This is not Photoshop. This is archive books. This is historical books. And A1 too. A1. When I first ran into A1's channel, it was him reading a book, and then another. He was talking about the how the numbers didn't match the slave voyages and the census records. That did it for me. I was like, oh, okay, that's it. Fucking, I'm gonna do my channel. It's on. This it's too much proof.
Too much. It was like the icing on the cake right now. Now we like digging up graves. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, but you know what I'm saying? It's an amazing thing, man, because you know what I'm saying? It's like it's just like you say, shout out 1,000 Go Ahead and Johnny Aborigine and all them the elders, you know what I'm saying? That's really been doing this. Like they had videos like 5, 7, 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Dropping
Yeah.
jewels, showing you depictions, showing you different ethnic groups and how we look different in ways, and you know what I'm saying, dress different in ways, you know what I'm saying? It's all that stuff was, it was kind of missed, you know what I mean? Because it was, it just wasn't on that wave, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people caught it, and then when I caught it, and I started catching y'all, and I'm like, wait a minute, so it really is an establishment out here that's forming for people to be waking up to some real information that's really doing research and not just listening. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you could tell who really was doing research. And that the thing for me was like that was the real key thing, because it's like, okay, like I say, I've been through the schools, you know what I'm saying? I started out, man, we all started out with the government. You know what I'm saying? We all started out with that. Then, I ain't gonna lie, that stuff right there was like, okay, so if the government doing all this and that, it was like, so dang, what was the Bible? So what's going on with the Bible? Because everybody stuck on the Bible. So it was like, bam, I automatically went to the Bible. I started reading that. I'm reading the Bible like I'm all the way in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. I'm like reading the Bible, like putting myself in the Bible, like as if things was happening to me, or as if, this was said to me. You know what I'm saying? How would
Yeah,
I?
you're the book, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it kind of taught me something. Like, it really taught me game more than anything. You know what I'm saying? It was like the stories was just kind of like, okay, so if this was said and that was said, when I started reading, the Adam and Eve part and all that, it was like I already heard it, but when I actually read it for myself and put myself in that situation, it was like, wait a minute, something is weird here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
that take you, you know what I'm saying? That take you even further. So I start building with some 5%ers. What you gonna do? I mean, I'm in the hood. I mean, I'm not like in the hood, but like the hood down the street. Like, my neighborhood, I'm in some apartments or something like that, but it's basically the hood right down the street. So you gonna run into some people, you run into some 5%ers or some brothers that's out in the pen, you might hear them talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I started getting into that. Next thing you know, I noticed I'm studying Islam. So okay, let's see what the Islam thing is about. I couldn't never really connect with that completely. but it was like it showed me a lot of disciplined ways as far as the way I saw the structure, the way I saw they handled their business and how their system was structured. But I never really got deep into that. So I left that and kind of really, you know what I'm saying, just start building on the Africa thing. You know, I think we kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like once I started building on that, and I know like Dane said he really didn't even get caught up in that because Dane was really more so, you know what I'm saying? I know he was telling me he was, you know what I'm saying, kind of just sticking to here and sticking to what his family was saying, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully he can share that. But it's you know, once I got in the Africa thing, it was like, okay, now I know I'm not an African, but let's see exactly, you know, how do people come from Africa? Like, how is this? And once you go through the people, you really go through a bunch of institutionalized or either some type of order of information per se. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how it was for me. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I reached out to people in the church, it was like certain brothers was like, even with certain questions that was simple, like, well, you know, we can't learn everything. So it's like, man, you know, okay, so who you supposed to listen to? You know what I'm saying? Or what I really supposed to do if I really want to know the true history of what's going on now and what I supposed to be. So the whole Africa thing for me was really just finding out, okay, what's so important about Africa? How are we related to Africa? And can I prove I'm African? And a lot that I learned from Africa was that I really couldn't like bond with a lot of the ways that was things that was presented to me, because it was like if you really study any African culture, if you get into it, you know, I was studying Ifa, but the actual culture it come from now is called Yoruba. And I know a lot of people take that out of context because, you know, people put it all together like, you know, E5, E5 is the divination system that they use, but Yoruba is actually the culture. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, it was different. And you got to really be family for one to really know what's really the culture. So it's like, okay, so I can't find nobody I'm related to. I can't really find a connection of my genes to the land. So I would never really know the true culture because I'm not related to it. You see what I'm saying? So that right there brought me back home. You know what I'm saying? I also, well, matter of fact, it was me really more so me asking the teacher I was studying under of the African culture, you know. I asked him, I was like, man, you know, well, what, you know, do you know anybody? You know, I gave him my last names, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know anybody from Africa related? You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, man. He was like, those are not African names. You know what I'm saying? He was like, but there is no such thing as Africa is in terms of language. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no African language. You can't, there is no continental language in Africa. Like each tribe or each country might have different languages, even within the countries. You know what I'm saying? The tribes can speak different languages. So it was, to me, it was like, okay, so I need to do more studying here. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking him, like, he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all some very old people. And it was like, you know, we very old because he from America too, really. You know what I'm saying? But he go to Africa. So it was more so like, okay, so I really can't prove I'm African because I was already doing my genealogy and research, you know what I'm saying, trying to see how I'm African. And like I say, I never could really find that. But it ended up to the point where I just started really studying only here in this land. And so I started finding flags of certain tribes and what they represented and what they meant and how it connected to the land and what they growed. And start connecting last names and this and that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, shoot, everything and every name I got, or even some of the people around me, all our names connected here. You know, I ran into a couple of things that was like trying to tie in some Irish or whatever type descent, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know, as I'm looking up these common surnames that they call that we got, I'm realizing, you know, all these names are here and they got a connection in here. And we actually, you know, like from here in tribes. But a lot of the tribes that they say that the names came from don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the Kofatekechi, the Kusi, it was one called like Mahawi. It was spelled like Maui, but it was like Maui, something like that, right here in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? But they claim that these tribes are extinct. But a lot of these names that we have tie into these tribes that they say are extinct. You know what I'm saying? So it took me on a nice journey. You know what I'm saying? I ended up going to my local museum and found that article post, man, about Hernando de Soto and how he arrived, you know, he hit the coastline of Florida and then ended up coming at the coastline where the Cofatekechi tribe was. And he actually, you know, was invited, supposedly, this is how the story goes. Supposedly he was welcomed in by some women. And the chief of the tribe, well, it must have been one of the chiefs or whatever, however it works, was the lady of Kofatekechi. And supposedly they invited him in and gave him pearls and all this and that, supposedly, and let him stay overnight. And they ramshacked the whole spot, took her hostage and killed off some people. And somehow she ended up escaping. You know, long story short, you know, it kind of, this is what took me on my journey to do the research, because then I ran into the what they call it, the when they start sending everybody over here, the doctrine of discovery. You know what I'm saying? After that, it was on. You feel me? I started getting more into the videos. You know what I'm saying? I found a consciousness one dame. Corey Mayo hit me up. Corey Mayo was the first person to actually just send me some books. Like he ain't even like say nothing at first. It was like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, you want some books? Yeah, all right, there you go. Didn't say nothing to me for like 3 months after that. And then when I hit him, and he was like, yo, you check out any of the books? I'm like, yeah, and I'm asking him questions. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. He like, oh yeah, man, you know what? I haven't even read that book. He was like, I'm glad you reading that though. You know what I'm saying? I hit him with another one. He like, yeah, I'm
Exactly,
glad.
man. That's how we started the Atlantis videos. I'm like, man, I need help, man. So let's do it on your channel, man. Let's just do the Atlantis builds. You know, I need help with that. You know, that's a whole subject. So I mean, I appreciate that, and yeah, man, I'm glad that when people grab these books and everything, that they're actually using them, reading them, doing their own thing with it, like helping me with it. I tell everybody who I give a book, yo, if you find something, let me know, man.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. You know what I mean? And like I say, you know, actually, man, to be honest, A1 really was the first person to send me a invite on a live, but I didn't have Hangouts. I ain't know what the hell I was doing. I'm thinking like, shit, okay, he gonna send me the link. I'm like, well, it's just for the jump straight on. And that whole time, I'm like, yo, I'm thinking I'm finna get in. I'm telling him, I remember like it was yesterday. I'm telling him like, man, I can't get in. They was like, yo, you gotta have Hangouts. So I'm like, what the hell is Hangouts? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get in. So I got there, got downloaded the Hangouts, man, and it was crazy, man, because once I jumped in, I seen all the invites that A1 had done sent me, and everybody else like, dang, that's shit crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I finally caught on. AP taught me how to actually use the live. Then we hollered at Corey Mayo, because that was like the first interview. He even advanced us even more on how to use the live and do all this and that, man. And it was just then on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been it's been short term, but it feel like a long journey, man. Cause I ain't even had this. It ain't even been a year yet. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I don't go live that much, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real lifer, man. You know, I got people I gotta take care of. I got people I gotta keep happy. I got I got people I gotta make sure who away from us. You know what I'm saying? Like I got I got people I gotta make sure I'm still connected with and all. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mean no harm to nobody, man. And I just want people to really come together and bring the real fire that we got.
Yeah.
Put it all together, man, so we can burn all this bullshit down and reestablish what we really know we supposed to be seeing around here, man. So
Hey, Jack, can you show my screen while we talk so I can do a little slideshow?
okay, we can do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm back too, Jack. Yeah, my
Okay,
bad.
yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, you know,
I had a whole bunch of stuff going on.
yeah, I know you had a lot going on too, bro. You know, but I definitely wanted to, the people to hear you. You know what I'm saying? So you can, they already know you. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
you
I know they waiting for the stuff, man, and I'm
yeah,
coming. I'm working on it. I'm just getting back, so I'm getting. It's rolling out. Matter of fact, my Patreon's about to see one of the newer intros as well. Like I've been trying to post them back to back. Here go another one. I'm hurrying up and posting those as I'm getting ready to release this. So it's about to happen, definitely. I mean, people thinking. I mean, I understand. I appreciate that because that's love. They want to check up on you, make sure everything all right. I just don't announce when I'm leaving. You know, I just leave.
Yeah.
I just leave and come back.
That's how I
Yeah. See, hold on 1 sec. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, so
we just, we're gonna rock it out for a little sec, man. Like I say, we've been going in, had some good bills, man, on Chief Holiday, man, channel. I invited him also because I learned from Chief too, man. When Chief had his first channel, it was a lot of information and content being displayed that was solid and very useful. You know, he pointed out a lot of key information that really just completely exposed, who the enemy were or how the enemy did things. You know what I'm saying? And the bill's been kind of good on this channel. I know it got a little reckless yesterday or whatever, man. I ain't want to have to speak on it too much, but I did want to speak on certain individuals who we know, and it's kind of like, it's almost like a gimmick, you know what I'm saying, to witness an individual actually be an individual, you know what I'm saying, like completely, you know what I'm saying, to go from here to go from there, to say this, to say that, whether it's for attention, whether it's for a following, whether it's for, whatever, I just know by now, of course, we gotta move forward and not get caught up into these loops, you know what I'm saying? Because these cell phones and gadgets that we are on right now create that anyway. When you start looking at commercialized things or just assimilated production, you know what I'm saying, to where you using words to make sure people react to certain things in a certain way, you know what I'm saying, like that's really divergent. That's
yeah,
what you call agent tactics. And if you're gonna expose yourself like that by now,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, then it's kind of like, you know, it's almost like we'll allow you to do it, but you're not gonna be doing it for long, man, because ain't nobody playing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get to disrespecting people who actually is bringing a great cause and helping people actually apply themselves in a better manner, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you can grow and lead and change and make a difference with one another so we can keep it going.
All right.
If you're gonna keep it stagnant
Yeah.
and wanna try to pour water out that don't make no sense, that contradicts everything that you have said. You see what I'm saying? It's like we know, you know, some of us who know, we know who it is. For those who don't, you really don't want to have to know because it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not really give them no time of the day or the light that they trying to get because there is no light, evidently, that the person can see. If you don't switch back and forth from being a Christian to an Aboriginal to a Christian to an African to a Hebrew to a Luciferian to an atheist to man, like what the like what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, man?
I just want to add too. There's people out here, you know, part of the community and everything, or at least we assume. But you know, behind the scenes, there's something else, right? And you know, all I want to say is to the followers, follow these people. It's like, yo, really look at what they're doing, their actions, and what they're saying, and who they're arguing with. All right, because I see a lot of people in the chat here that I see in other people's chat that, you know, and they're condoning what these people are saying, man. Like, this whole thing is not about business. This has nothing to do with business. So if you come into this whole thing with a businessman telling you admit to that, that's not being tribal. And when you're saying uniting means like giving like letting the enemy doing a treaty with the enemy, that's not what uniting means to me. What is the whole point of tribing up? That's where you gotta unite. So when you say unite is neutral, being neutral, and that's your interpretation of it. All right, and you know, so you know, we tribing up, we are united, and we need to unite. It's not about being afraid of the enemy or doing treaties with the enemy. No, we're uniting so we can get rid of them. All right, this ain't no business venture. This ain't no business venture, man. All right, I just wanted to say that, and people who know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. And that's a lot of like you said, you got a lot of jokers who do look at it like that. But like I said, for the most part, I didn't get into this. I didn't even know I could make money off to be true. I went that damn sure wasn't what I was trying to get into. When I seen them pictures, I felt convicted to let people know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was the pictures. It was also the science. But the pictures alone, like, you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? You told me you brought all these people over here. This is what we've been told. And now it's a blatant lie. And it's the reason why it's a blatant lie, because the people who you're oppressing are the original Indians that you found. That's the reason why it's a blatant lie. Because they don't want nobody to know. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people, if you believe it or you don't believe it, when they said Drew Ali went to Cuba, he told all the people who had money invested in the United States that the United States that America do not belong to the United States. So they pulled all their money out of the United States.
Right.
And that's the reason why the Great Depression happened. They don't even know that. They don't even know that. So, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, we got to know who we are. Like you said, you telling people, all these people, China, you're not getting your money. These niggas owe us. That $16 trillion is ours, money grip. And y'all ain't coming over here and that's the thing, man. China come over here, they get China everything. You want to stop giving China our shit. Fuck all that. You want to stop giving China our shit. You don't own nothing. Whatever you own, whatever the white man and the Chinese man business is not my business. They need to sort that shit out. But you're not going to sort it out on our land and tell people, oh, what you going to give them. Because that's the whole reason why them California brush fires was going on. Because they was burning people out their home so they could make way for a lot of Chinese investors. And a lot of people don't even know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This shit go deep, my dude. It go deep. There's always another door at the level. You understand?
Right.
I gotta tell these fucking kids like they fucking kids, man. I just told them.
Yeah, man. You know, so it's really just the fact that
Come on, y'all. Andale, y'all. Come on.
it's really just the fact, you know, if you know, we really just, you know, it's more of just activation, man. Like I say, we can really reach out to the rest of the world. We already doing that. You know what I'm saying? We doing that. And as we reach out to the rest of the world, we just happen to reach out to the rest of the world that just might be from America. You know what I'm saying? And I can't who it was. Somebody got a either a email or a post from somebody in Poland. It was a post from somebody in Poland showing
You ready, Olga?
showing honors to the you know, archaeology and anthropology that's found in America. You know what I'm saying? That's in Poland. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Huh?
gotta start looking at who really just giving you the facts
You
and
good? You good? Anytime.
how you can use it to either leave it through an
Y'all
education
want some salad too?
or to use it
All right.
through progressing your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we here for, man. And even if you can make some dough off of YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's for a good reason, I support that 100%. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserve a super chat. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not asking for no money. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. I ain't gonna never ask for no money. You know what I'm saying? If you see that button pop up on my chat, it's just there. I'm never gonna ask for no money or whatever. But of course, if I know I got something that I want to put in motion and I want a little bit of support from the people, I will let y'all know, and you gonna know how it go, and I'm gonna let you know how it work. Just like how Dane do. We know Dane coming up with the documentaries. He already been producing documentaries. He just came out with the movie. The man making tracks and everything. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Corey Mayo. Corey Mayo be making tracks on the low. People don't know that, but hey, you know he doing documentaries. A1 got his documentary coming out. Ain't no telling what they doing in the UK. You know what I'm saying? It's like we do need.
It's gonna take money
Yeah, that's right.
get. I mean, it's gonna take money to get information because you can't get all information offline.
That's right.
I mean, and it will cost. You know, I mean, it's good information online, but sometimes that's gonna cost. Even online. I mean, that it just take money to make it,
That's
but
right.
and to take money to get it. So I mean, I don't see money being an issue with anything because I know I came in here not asking for nothing. People demanded me to start asking for donations. I'm like, okay, you know, all right, well you know, we'll do it later. You know, I was not paying attention to it early, like no, and then it kept happening. So like 3 or 4 months in it on YouTube, I said, all right, okay, I'll let it go. But that helped though, because before all of that, I still to this day come out of my own pocket to get stuff done.
Yep.
And that costs. I mean, especially with traveling. That's the major cost right there.
That's right.
Traveling, hotel fees, gas, it's a bunch of stuff with that. Food, you know, that costs a lot of money. That's not a joke. And especially when you really about this information, you would travel. You would go. You would try to, because you can't. I mean, not everything is in the book, and not everything on the internet. Not everything out in the open either. You got to go find it. Unfortunately,
Yep.
that's how it is.
Yep. And I just want to emphasize one thing. I mean, we show these images so you can get an idea, like so you can get. All right, so none of these people, you know, I'm showing you these images. These people didn't start out as slaves. A lot of these people were never slaves. They're descendants. You know, so I mean, you can't start up your history saying that your ancestor was a slave, man, because there's thousands of years before they were put in this period of captivity. This is a small period of captivity compared to thousands of years of greatness. They were free. So we gotta learn. We gotta really think about things that have come up, movements that come out. Why? What is their agendas? You know, is it really worth it? You know, who's really running it? You know, are they?
And a person's intention too, like an individual. Check your individual too.
Exactly.
Right. That's right, man. Because you know, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna support something and if I'm gonna, you know, expand something or help it expand, I'm gonna make sure it's legit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put myself or people that I'm with or people that's with me that I may not even know, you know what I'm saying, have them following something that's going against the grain. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm not gonna do that, man. You know, and hopefully we can clear some things up or whatever, because I don't want to, like I say, I don't want to put nobody in a loop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of looping going on and creating loopy people. So people start repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating the same old things over and over and over and over and over again. This is why we keep the information going. This is why we keep it moving to a level to where you can really overstand and grow with it, because we're not trying to throw you in a loop. The only thing that should come in a loop is your currency. Your currency, not what you think all the time or what you want to put out on people to try to do or influence to be like. You see what I'm saying? I don't promote beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. But I let it be known I'm not beefing. You're not finna get me riled up trying to disrespecting me, trying to tell me who I am or trying to tell me what I supposed to be saying and this and that or whatever, or who I supposed to be dealing with or whatever, and you not even being on a good stance yourself. If you allowing this to happen, it's some questions that's got to be asked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just being real, man. You know, we done came too far to be allowing some antics and beef of the same old loopy topics that these people want to ask and come in chats and be trolling like we ain't already answered or already discussed this before. I mean, it's just enough, man. If you on these channels and you knew, then we respect asking questions that really are respectful. And if you really want to know, we definitely gonna let you know. And a lot of people who really want to know, they ain't gonna say nothing anyway because they trying to find out what you're talking about. So they're like, oh well, I gotta go watch some old videos or something to see what's going on. So some people might have to go back and look at a lot of old videos that's already been out, because a
That's
lot of
correct.
information have been discussed already.
That's
We don't
right.
want to be robots and be droids repeating the same thing over and over and over again.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we done been over a
Exactly.
lot of research. You're right.
And
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's brothers on this panel that have put in a lot of work. A lot of work.
Right.
You can't just base off of your entire belief system off of what you were told. And just because you heard, like, for example, like Kurt Mayo said one thing and you disagree with it, doesn't mean that Kurt Mayo is incorrect just because you disagree with it. You should understand where he's coming from by looking at his work and then doing your own research on that work. And then research that research and find out where he came out with that answer.
That's right.
Why did he state that? It's not the fact that he came up with it. This was presented to him. When he's presenting truth, that same thing with me, A1, Jag, anybody that you see doing the same thing, Medicine Man, anybody that you see doing the same thing right now, and you have a question about it, it's a lot of work on our channels where we've answered that question. You got to go back and look at it and watch it. I don't care. Go back 2 years, go back 3 years. So what?
That's fact.
And keep going up and Bing watch it. There's nothing wrong. I mean, you Bing watching on Netflix. You ain't really got nothing else to do. If you want to learn something, all right,
That's
Bing
right.
watch our stuff.
so
Start
I had to
watching it
binge
and
watch
start
everybody.
learning.
You heard me? I had to binge watch everybody research, my dude.
Yep.
Every video
That's the
that I
only way
watch,
you're gonna learn.
I did the same
then
way.
sometimes, yeah,
Only
I
a
watch it
real
twice.
person will recognize that, because a real person gonna be that what how we get off is we get off on information, especially if it's new. To us. Like if we never
That's
heard
right.
that before, we like, oh shit, what he?
It's
Huh?
on. It's like, yeah, I
Oh, let me
want to know
write that
more about
down.
it.
Like,
I'm not going to sit there and dismiss it if I don't know nothing about it.
yeah,
when
I'm gonna go investigate. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
When I first saw information from Drop or A1 or Dane, what I do, I go research and make sure it's right. I don't just believe whatever I hear first time. So that's what I mean. When you can verify the info and you see that people are just putting out truth, if you
Right.
can't do that, it takes it's Google, man. Simple Google search the words, search the topic, subject, do a couple research, a couple websites, a couple books. See if you can get books, read it. Is it the same thing they're saying? And you'll see it is, man. There ain't nobody here trying to make up things. Nobody's making an agenda, a movement. We're just telling you.
yeah, that's why I says don't call it a movement. Like, this is bigger than that. Like, this is us.
This your
It's
livelihood. This
bigger
your
than that.
ancestry, man. This ain't no move. This is your ancestry. This is your livelihood.
This is
your
you.
culture. Yeah. Your genetic lineage. You know what I'm
You
saying?
could
So,
keep your religion. Keep your religion. You can keep that over there. This ain't got nothing to do with your personal beliefs. This got something to do with you personally. This is dealing with your whole family. Like, come on.
That's right.
I mean, if you can understand, and everybody keeps saying the same thing, that history was written by the victors, then you know if the victors won, they're gonna end up lying and not telling you the truth. They just telling you one side of it.
Facts, man. Let them know.
They just telling you a biased side of it on top of that. So why are you not trying to investigate to find out what happened? What truly happened? And it's not that hard. I mean, it's hard, but it's not that hard. I'm not trying to make you turn your nose up. You shouldn't turn your nose up to a task. I mean, this is real life. This is not a video game when you could flip the difficulty level up and down. You can't do it. It's natural. So yeah, you're gonna be presented with some information that might be difficult for you to research on, but you can't just give up. You got to keep trying, and you got to utilize every single source and milk it as much as you can to grab as much information as possible, especially on your individual family. That's the whole key. That you got to know who you can't say nothing without you knowing who your family is. You got to see what's up. Does it match up with what we saying? And if it does, great. If you got more information, even better. Share it. That's what this is about.
right. That's right. This ain't about these videos. This ain't entertainment. I mean, it's entertainment to somebody
In a
who
way,
didn't have to go through it.
Yeah.
And listen, to us, I'm not entertained. When I watch your videos, when I watch Cormel videos, when I watch anybody's videos, I'm mad. I'm not
exactly.
I'm entertained to the point to where I appreciate the content of the work.
Right.
But after me watching that video, it's not like I watch a movie and get some type of satisfaction out of it. I got satisfaction with the information. Now I know the information. That's just one more thing that I know that makes me not like this system.
Exactly.
So it ain't just the fact that how you treat other people, the stuff they do to children, stuff they do to women, and then the stuff they do to us and do to other races of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But not less for us to be from this continent, and you're lying, telling that we Africans. Like, that is the biggest smack in the face that anybody can indulge. That motherfucker, just like we don't like when people call you out. You ain't gonna let nobody call you Kane and your name is Dane. You gonna be like, yo, my name not Kane, dude.
Right.
Like, please stop calling me that, man. Why the fuck you can't? I keep telling you what my name is.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna.
And actually, that's true. I called out Garfield for purposely mispronouncing my name.
Yeah.
I called him literally during his live stream and straightened his ass out.
Garfield's the agent, bro.
Of course.
Because if you see now he's talking about the ADOS movement.
Yep.
Like, okay, listen,
hey,
bro.
he got real disrespectful too. Like, why are you if she's sharing information, her sexuality doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
That was I didn't like, that was a low blow. Like, that just shows what type of person he is. Like real, like, that was just stupid, bro.
You never
what does her sexuality got to do with the information that she's sharing?
But to tell you the truth, though, you don't know what Yvette Carnell is because she don't talk on that.
Right.
She don't come out and talk about I'm pro lesbian or I'm pro. You don't know what she is because I've been watching her for the last year and a half. I have never heard her be pro women. She pro her people.
Right.
I've never, and whether I agree
That
with
was a straight up slander attack on her.
yeah.
I mean, they did the same thing to me and a lot of other people.
That's what he
But
do though.
that was just low of the low. Like that just made you look so stupid.
That's what
That
he
really
do.
did. And you
Yup, that's
lost
what he
your
do.
core following because of that, and that's what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
That because that was your own people was calling you out.
What happened
And that's
though?
what you deserve. He was calling her. I mean, she ain't had no right to be saying what she's saying because she gay.
What?
Like that's what he was saying. Like things like that of that nature. I'm just
See, one
giving
thing
you
we
a
get
synopsis
mad
of what
when
he
you
was
see.
saying.
So when you see a person of a different that embraces the opposite or the same gender or whatever, when they speak about their gender, like that's a race, you have a problem with that. But then when they speak about their race, regardless of what their gender preference is, you shouldn't even be saying nothing. But that's what I'm saying. Like, look, that's what I'm trying to say. Real talk. I'm going to this African Fest thing, right? I think it's like I said. I think it's if it's not this week, it's next week. Hopefully, I will see Garfield there. I see Red Pill. I know Turtle Gang gonna be there. I know Brother Rich from I know all these brothers gonna be there. I want to see Garfield. I want to see it. Now I'm gonna just stand over. I'm not even gonna tell him I'm not touching this one. I'm gonna just stand right in his face the whole time and be looking at him, and he ain't gonna know who the fuck I am. You understand? He ain't gonna know who the fuck I am.
That's funny.
Real talk.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
gonna be right in his face.
he's a clown. Like for real, he's a clown. Like that's the reason why I said you got to be careful. You know, not only with organizations, you got to be careful with individuals because I mean, he could be up under an organization, but this individual is pressing you to turn your personal data over to strangers.
Right.
And by taking a DNA genealogy test. And then knowing that that test is not going to tell you everything, he's trying to force you to take multiple ones, knowing that they're still not going to tell you anything. They're all going to be different results.
And this dumb nigga took 5 tests. You dumb. Hold up. So all right. So if you took 5 tests. So let me see what the results say on all these tests. They better match.
They never gonna match.
Well, DNA is fake then.
They're not gonna match. They don't match, and we have people showing us that.
See?
They're never going to match. When you
it
take different results, they're never going to match. I mean, different tests, they're never going to match.
You know, too, Dang. If you don't have to put on you're a black American. You can put on there that you somebody else. They don't know. They only go by what you tell them.
Right.
They only go by what they only go by what you tell them. They don't fucking know if you fucking African or not. They use your what you telling them against you know what I'm saying, against us. So when you go in there, they be like, all right, well, you're African American. All right, we already know where to find your DNA in West Africa.
Right.
So
they just making up everything. But that's purposely done.
And if they find any European haplotypes, because the European will show up in us because that is a different, like that's not the same genetic strand as us. So it would show up, but it ain't gonna tell you where we're at in Europe. It's gonna tell you motherfucker, it ain't gonna tell you Europe because they're not even from Europe. But being as though that's where they put the market at. Nowadays the market is stated that they from Europe. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, at the end of the day, they only go by what you tell them, and this is what people don't know. Go in there and say you're a Hindu. Go in there and say you're a Hindu and you're a black American. Watch what happens. Because if the DNA is the truth, I shouldn't have to say shit. All I have to do is give you my blood, and you're supposed to just be able to check it. Like you're supposed to be able to tell me who I am. Fuck is you asking me who I am if you got the DNA pattern right there that's supposed to tell me?
You see, I mean, the DNA get crushed. DNA genealogy gets crushed automatically because that's not true genealogy. Genealogy would be knowing each generation, which goes is by 4. You got a grandmother and a grandfather on your mother's side, and a grandmother and a grandfather on your father's side, and that's multiplied by 4 because that's going. I mean, each generation it keeps going back and back and back. That's impossible technology right now for them to track each and every one of them like that. So you know they're comparing your information with living people there. So that's inadvertently telling you something. If they're comparing your DNA data with living people in different areas that they have tested that subscribe to that ideology, they're telling you that they're the same people.
That's right.
And
Why would you believe a white man anyway? Why would you believe him like he got some special device that there's no such thing as race or ethnicity. All that shit is made up.
yeah, they made race up. Race wasn't even a thing.
Look, a brother like you could be from the Senegalese Islands. You could be from anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? But they gave that destination us because that is a part of the. Listen, bro. The more and more I look into this shit, the more and more I know this DNA shit was basically it was put out there for us, number one.
Entertainment.
Because yeah, but also like I'm saying though, it was put out there mainly for Black Americans. It was mainly put out there
Those
for
who
us.
were buying it the most, yeah, it started because they started in Europe, but it started streamlining here. And then it
Which one? The
caught on like
23andMe or which
2000.
one? Which one you talking about?
Which one was that? It was before any of those were created. It was a
The 23andMe?
Y'all know
it was
that.
before 23andMe. I put it in a movie.
Yeah, the
I
African
can't.
one, that one went big until everybody.
Yeah, none of these 23andMe is new compared to what I'm talking about because the first one I mentioned inside of the documentary and inside of the movie, and I can't think of the name of it right off, but they started it first, and when they started it first, as far as launching, they were stating that they could trace you and your family members, your immediate family members. And if you notice, even the DNA test is limited with your family reach because they can't compare your data to dead people without permission to dig up your ancestors. So that's another reason why they shoot themselves in the foot because they're not digging up everybody's grave. They, in order to accurately confirm what your genealogy is, you got to dig up grave after grave after grave. They're not doing that. That's why I said that's impossible technology right now. I don't see many people giving them permission to dig up people's graves right there. Like that African thing, the African DNA thing started off by digging up a particular area. Where they say they were at? New York or DC? One of them. But
New
it was,
York.
New York. And when they digged up that area, you basing all of the information that you gathered in your biobanks from people that purchased it. You comparing it to those people that you dug up. And that's going to be able to tell everybody's background.
Hey, how you doing?
You see what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? Like
makes sense.
that doesn't, that's just not going to work. Like, you can't compare my information to the dead people, the small amount of dead, like I'm talking about bones that you dug up.
Very small amount.
Small. That wasn't even the state of New York. Like, let's just be real.
Word.
Now, if you would have dug up every grave in the state of New York, I might believe you. You know what I'm saying? But of course you're not going to do that because ain't nobody going to give you that type of permission. But yeah, DNA genealogy is just, and it tells you for entertainment purposes only. You got to read the fine print before you sign off and pay for it. Don't force them into making you pay for that and then they hand you their terms and conditions. I mean, come on. I mean, also in that movie, I exposed what they doing with your stuff. You need to know that they handing you $200 for your information. Excuse me, you paying them $200 for your information. Let me say that correctly. You helping them out. Ask them what they doing with your information in their biobanks. Ask them who they selling these biobanks to, and I'm talking about invested millions of dollars in.
Selling them.
That's what that movie. Look, that's what that movie Us gonna be. You gonna be just like you gonna have a motherfucking. You gonna have a twin brother. You ain't gonna know, cause these motherfuckers is diabolical when it comes to dealing with this science, bro. They ain't doing this shit just for they. And then like Skip Gates even told you, You think you can take spit and tell your whole genetic structure?
It's not gonna happen.
Saliva don't even have all the only way you will really be able to do that is through blood. You can't. Saliva don't have all the genetic markers as blood do. Blood is the life of your body. So why the fuck would they be taking it from saliva? Look up and see what saliva does. And that's the sad. That's what made me when I started, when I started looking up, like, hold up, because somebody's like, hold up. You can't get all the genetic structure from saliva because saliva is also caused by the food you eat.
That's right. That's right. They say you can even kiss somebody and it's gonna manipulate your saliva.
Bro,
yes. So you spit in a tube and they know your tribe and they can tell you what tribe you come from.
I wish it was that easy. That would be hot if that technology existed.
Bro, but you know what? And it's sad that people believe that though. But how are you telling people this shit? And you honestly got people out there making these stupid ass commercials. Oh, 23 stupid ass. You see these fucking stupid
and they getting cash money, bro. They getting
the slave commercials. Did you see the slave commercials?
Yeah, I got that.
Yep. With the white man?
Yep, I saw that. You saw that message they was trying to throw out. And that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Ancestry.com that did that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Ancestry.com.
They pulled that commercial. They pulled it because immediately everybody caught on to what they were trying to say. They trying to, wrap that narrative around your mind again. Mm-hmm. They got to keep that up.
Yeah, people was pissed about that shit too.
Hell yeah, that was a slap in the face.
People was pissed. How the fuck you gonna make a commercial and have this motherfucker crap talking about we can escape to Canada?
Right.
Like,
if any one of y'all need that commercial, I can send it to you. I got it. Before they took it down, I immediately grabbed that. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? Download. Yeah. I couldn't believe they did that. And then at the bottom, Ancestry.com. I'm like, what? Ancestry.com? I'm thinking that was about to be a movie, man. You watch that commercial.
Hey, put it in the bag.
I got uploaded to my computer. Hold on, wait a minute. That thing. Yeah, they took it off. They snatched it off. I don't think I don't know, unless somebody else uploaded it, they took it down. They got immediately people were attacking them. They knew they was wrong. They knew they was wrong when they produced it.
Well, and you see they doing that a lot too.
Hell yeah, they doing that a lot. They sure are. I said in June of last year, I said if genealogy DNA testing began in the late 1990s and can tell a person that their genetic origin makeup, then whose saliva was tested back in, say, the early 1800s when DNA genealogy testing didn't even exist?
That's right.
Did they dig up everyone's grave in the past? I said somebody lying.
They looking at people's phenotypes. Listen, there's only 4 races of, well, we don't even really know, but according to what we told. All right. If Samuel Morton damn sure didn't have a motherfucking DNA kit when he was claiming that the physiognomy of the Indian is that of the Negro. And that shit went over, and people don't even see. Like I said, when we was debating these them dudes, I told them that the physiognomy. He's like, oh, you had to look up physiognomy. If you knew what the word meant, then you shouldn't even say it. You should have said what the word meant. The physiognomy said your facial features exactly. That's it. The physiognomy said whether you see them in their athletic cherubim in the Caribbean or whatever. And there's also some other pages that I read where he talked about how they found us in Peru. In that book, in them few pages that's out there to the public. What you gonna say, Cormel?
Oh no, I was saying, yeah, you're right. He said that. And then that was the it was really like they made an essay, but supposedly he do got a few books out, man.
The Aboriginal races of America. Right. And that one, like I said, the Aboriginal races, he said the physiognomy of the Indian is that of the Negro. Because we didn't understand. We don't understand that Negro is a term of servitude.
Yep.
It's not, yo, bro. Listen. When I seen that, I don't know if y'all seen the video when I was reading the slaves and how they would how they would have these Indian slaves, and then they was saying that she was an Indian, but because of her term of servitude, she was classified a Negro. The gig is up.
That's right.
The gig is up.
Yep, it was synonymous. So if you were a servant or a slave, you were considered a Negro because it was synonymous.
The gig is up, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
I actually read that from the history of slavery in Virginia. Archive books. This is history.
Bro, they never. But that's what I'm trying to say. So when you're a researcher and you read stuff like that, you think you scratching your head like, what the fuck? They did this on purpose. They had to.
That's right.
They had to.
Remember, no, I'm not. I was trying to touch on to that before. Before you switch, because I had the what is this? Hold on, I'm trying to make sure this is the right one. Y'all remember that book? That's by Angela Walton, the lady that brought out the fact of the surnames and how they were related to the like, for example, the Cherokee freedmen, the Creek freedmen, and you start seeing all the last names.
Yeah.
Nah, I see that. You need to put me on that.
Okay, I'm about to say, because I got her records now. I bought the records that she got there from, and she didn't put all of them in there. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, word.
The name of the book that she wrote is called Black Indian Genealogy Research. And it's a very good book. It's a very good book, but I found out where she got these records from because she doesn't announce it in the book. She doesn't source it at all in the book. It was a little bit difficult, but I see why, because she paid for it. What I can guarantee y'all now I have confirmation that the freedman term is brand new, and that's the term that they utilized in 18. I want to say, I could be wrong because I don't have it directly in front of me. I want to say 88. 88 is when they started using. No. 33. 1833 is when they started using the term freedman to describe anybody that was working on a farm of color. Anybody that was working on a farm of color. And I did discover that it was coined by the missionaries. The Quakers did that first, but now I see it's bigger than just a religion thing.
Yeah.
They utilized it in order to change the roles, like when they started removing our people off the rolls and started placing us on freedmen roles. But the name of the book is Black Indian Genealogy Research by Angela Walton. But when you start seeing the last names, I can guarantee you right now, that's not all of them. Not at all. And she put a lot of them in there, but that's not all of them. The roles, actually, what I do like about the book is that she's giving you an example of what some of the census records look like. I'm sure people, if you did your research, you'll find that she's not playing. This is what they look like. But a lot of them have been hidden. And I see now that you're going to have to start purchasing it from different Catholic organizations as far as the census are concerned, because they've been keeping the original records.
Yeah, them in the Methodist.
The Methodists, and what's the other one? The first ones, they got that big vault. The Mormons.
Yeah.
They have it as well. Especially them though. They holding that tight. I think the only real way for us to get to them to give us those records is to have we got to have a discussion with them, because none of those records have been released, meaning that they're not in the system right now, even with National Archives. Even with National Archives, and that's pretty major. Like they hold, and they telling you that they want to force you to be whatever they call themselves now. Is not a Mormon now, but whatever they call themselves now, they want you to be that in order to have access to those records. Like you got to be a member. Otherwise, they only gonna give you records that's available to the public. I think they need to be up an investigation for that. I really do think we should come together to force them to get those records out. Just like how that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Just like how our ancestors did recently, 1995, if I'm not mistaken, they were making the insurance companies of particular states pull out the records of who they had insurance under or took out, whoever took out insurance on an indigenous person that was a farmer. Keep in mind, that was making these white people gain money, all right? Because even if that individual quit or died, they would have got a check. And it averaged between $300 to, I think, $10,000 at that time. And that was a lot of money. I go into the documentary that's about to come out. But all these records that I'm referring to, in as far as this book is concerned, Angela did great. That's a good book. If nobody has that book, that's a good book. Black Indian Genealogy Research. It's pretty good. But just note that that's not all the last names, but you might see some last names of yours.
I got the book up there.
Yeah, it's right.
Okay. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it right there. And I have it right here. And it's
Buddy, the link for the Amazon if you want to purchase it.
And she give you the microfilm numbers. I mean, it's still some roles that you could catch in the National Archives, but a lot of these last names you might not be able to catch all of them. You might not. But this will be a big help for anybody doing their research. This will be a big help. I strongly recommend it.
And that's right, man. Because I don't know if you heard me earlier, man, but that's what I was speaking on how I know in South Carolina, I went to the museum in my area and it had the article on De Soto. I'm talking about they had it on the wall, man, like showing you the map of the trails he took and all, man. And it was talking about the lady of Kofa Takechi and her tribe, and it had some other tribes listed on the maps, but all those tribes right now, you look them up, they'll tell you that they extinct. But a lot of last names connect to those tribes, and I'm pretty sure it's probably some in that book. Like
that's what I'm saying. That we shared some of those same last names with people that's up in Europe and stuff like that, but I can't pinpoint who had it first.
Right.
I can't pinpoint right now. I can't pinpoint it like a document stating that we had it first, but I do see that there was a lot of last names that we had that were here, and before some of these pale faces arrived, and
right,
you know that's why I'm kind of like, is there mutual language or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
what I'm working on.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of like, man, that's exactly where I'm at right now. That's why I ain't really did I've been wanting to do the ecology thing, but I want to make sure. Because I want to do the language with ecology. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a heavy bill, man. Like,
But I'm in it. I can share some of it now that geometry got something to do with it. I mean, like the geometric language, German, like that something is up with that. And I don't know what it is, but it's something major. I don't know if that's like, I'm not trying to say that could have been it, but the German language is I'm seeing this popping up a lot in these records, and I'm not too sure why yet. You know, of course I'll be able to once I start traveling back on that side.
I mean, the original Germans were, you know, if you go look at the older depictions and stuff, the original were, you know, brothers.
But the Anglo-Saxons, right? You talking about most of the people who we consider to be Anglo are German.
And a lot of those Germans shared, I'm talking about they're very similar to the Algonquin language. And that's another thing that made me want to go further. I'm like, whoa, so is this it? Is this what it was that we were speaking? Because how are these foreigners able to come over here and communicate?
Right.
They took the word. So hold on.
You see what I'm saying?
The two Aurora
you saying though?
old
I'm trying
Welsh.
to understand. In a
The
nutshell, what do you mean?
What I'm saying is when they would not to cut any of you brothers off. Let me kind of explain it just a little bit because I'm still working on this right now. I don't have confirmation on anything, but records. What I'm saying is records that I'm gaining now and have purchased. A lot of the language, like my question was, like, what were they speaking coming over here? And I mean, of course, we could see Spanish, but there was a language that was very that was common that we had in common. It was just a form of a
All right,
or a
ladies, have a good
different
weekend, ladies.
dialect.
Hey, what you snuck in there? How you doing, Jen?
It was just some type of different dialect or something like that, apparently. But
Well,
it's all coming back to
English,
German.
I mean, English comes from us. The whole Latin thing, all that comes from us. And you see English related to German a lot. You know, you see the words are almost similar in some cases.
And that's you know what? I didn't even know German was older than English. I didn't know that German is older than English.
Yeah. I mean, we know this is a true old world, right? So what did we bring to the rest of the world, man? I mean, these people, these original Europeans.
Exactly. Right.
Especially the whole Ireland, England, Scotland. These are all these are all tribes from here. And you know, you're saying you're related to Algonquin, and Algonquin already has a lot of similarity to Paleo Hebrew, not modern Hebrew, but the Paleo Hebrew.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's why I don't knock the Hebrews because they are close, but they got to fix some stuff up. We'll get to that later.
Yeah,
they lost.
But
I mean, they lost, but that's
like
our people.
Hebrew is not what we call each other. That's what people.
Right.
Yeah, we don't call each other Hebrew. Exactly.
Foreigner. If I go over there, I would have been considered a Hebrew if that's what they calling somebody that's not from
That's
there.
what the fuck I'm talking about, cuz. See, this,
side.
excuse me, y'all. I ain't mean to curse or nothing like that, but this the reason why
Yeah, you good.
you said what I'm saying. The builds, this is necessary.
Yeah.
This is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, like, go to the word etymology. You're gonna break it down. You're gonna see it breaks down to a lot of things. One of them is he who crosses or he who lives on the other end or the other side.
Right.
The Euphrates. He who's the migrant crosses who passes by.
You
Right?
know, I think that's your guy.
You put this
I
in there
think
for me. You good?
that's
you good
what made me want to check more of his stuff out because I think he was talking about that he called himself Khan. King. He called himself Khan.
Oh, yeah, man. Listen, like I was saying earlier, I binge watched his channel for like 2.5 years.
I got one more class,
and that's why I started.
Got the graduation for them.
Wait a minute, I can't.
Yeah, no, he goes in.
Couldn't hear.
Yeah, he goes in, and I binge watched his channel for like 2 years straight, man. And you know what I learned from him, and all the info he was bringing up, because he'll grab info from everybody. He would show your videos, he would show A1, he would show everybody's info, man, not just his. And the way he puts it together, obviously, is like the way we think, you know. So you vibe with it. You vibe with it.
Yeah, he popped right up.
You know,
I was like, oh, okay.
We are the book. We didn't come out of a religion. The religion was made based on our story.
Man, and then they got changed multiple times. That's the reason why they keep changing Bibles. The story getting changed.
Yeah,
so changing names. And
like Europeans talking like the Tuscarora spoke the ancient Welsh language. The Welsh were coming over and speaking straight up with the Tuscarora. So what that tells you, because I know the Americas, the old world, I tell you that they descend from Tuscarora. Those original Welsh, because they were black, and all the the Irish, all that. I got a book tells you straight up of the Irish, the black Irish that went and settled in Jamaica, and they never were slaves and they owned land.
Yeah, we what was it? Top of 1900s, we owned 16 to 30 million acres of land. And that was right after slavery. Top of 1900s. And even though that's low, that's high. But that's low because they were taking the rest of it. Keep in mind, they didn't even get to the west side yet. They did the west side stuff later. They were working on the east, the south, the southern eastern coast first. For North America, though. And and then they worked their way over. And they had help. I mean, I wish people, I mean, people getting it though. Let me stop. I hate the fact that I got to repeat stuff, but I want to make sure that I am, because I don't want somebody brand new to be asking questions. Hopefully they go back, like I said earlier, and start watching
Hey,
and being
look.
watching our channels.
Hey, Dane.
It's like
Remember on.
class. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say something, but about real quick before you move on about the
Hmm?
English part. Remember on Die Hard 3, right? When
Yeah.
the dude was like, he was like, you know, the Germans, they speak English.
That's right.
He's like the ones you see in Western, because you know when I seen that though,
Yep.
it all puts me back, because remember
He
Queen
sure
Elizabeth and
did.
them are Germans. They're German. They're not all of the Anglo tribes are Germans.
Look, and so is Melville Herskovic. So is
Yes, all of
Darwin,
them.
Charles Darwin,
So
Franz
now you
Boas.
know all the ones that's not from the Mediterranean, that's north of the Mediterranean, are Germanic.
Yeah.
Slash Ashkenaz, you know, it's a lot of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, and then, you know, they what's it called when it's dealing with the numbers, where the numbers had the meaning? That's like a germ name also.
Numerology.
What is
Gematria.
the gematria? Yeah.
Gematria, yeah.
Gematria. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm like, all of that connects. To me, all of that is connected. I just can't verify just yet, but that's
It's connect,
connecting.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I
Lot of
just
shit
don't know.
connect. Just
I don't know
can't
what's
find a
going
trace.
on, but I'm thinking it's something dealing with that germ or something.
Yep.
And look how we looking at germs now. We think germs is
It's
germs.
disease, yeah. Germ
So
man.
I read somewhere that it was like etymology, like genuine. The Italians were calling certain
Right.
the genuines, the originals. These are the genuine people.
I heard that. And I think that's something my wife ran across, because she be heavy in the research too, because she shared it with me. But we still on that right now. That's currently me personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on that. I'm telling you that I'm something. As soon as I get it, I'm gonna let you know what I'm saying. It's gonna pop up. I don't know where it's at, but I'm gonna find it one way or another. I'm gonna find it. It's a huge connection. It's too many stuff correlating, and I'm like, man, what's up with German? Something up.
That's like
I'm
with the
seeing it
Trump,
keep popping
right?
up.
So that's why they have that symbol you're saying, the swastika. They flipped. That was an indigenous symbol.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
they
they
used it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why they? So
right.
what's the connection? You know what I'm saying? I see people amongst right here on this reservation beside me. They still using that symbol on their clothing, and you know what I'm saying, or they wear it around their neck, or they might even have it on their headband. You know, you'll never know. But that's still being used, but it's different though. It's like flipped for real, for real. It looked a little different. I mean, to me, it just looked like it's at a slightly different angle.
It's actually backwards. It's flipped the other way around.
Yeah, it's flipped the other way around. Mm-hmm.
And A1 was just talking about Django, and I had mentioned
Oh
him.
yeah, Django was enough. Yeah, that was a very good movie. He did an excellent job. I
Yeah.
heard that was based on a true story.
You remember his old lady was supposedly German. She spoke German. You know,
True.
she looked it like she was from America.
That's the one that Leonardo DiCaprio was on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they murdered that John. That was a good movie.
That was a good one. That was a good one, man.
You know, I don't think he get the credit he deserved. He a good actor.
Yeah,
He a good actor.
You know.
I'm talking about Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio get his money. I'm talking about Jamie Foxx don't get his props
Samuel,
like that.
I like Samuel, man.
Yeah, Samuel. That's another one that don't get his props like that.
Samuel, man. But yeah, we was, he never really mentioned he was from anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he's a free man. They was in America. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that was, it was crazy. It was like, of course, the guy that was with him was German, but it was like they said his wife was. Did it say she was German or she just spoke German? I think
I can't remember. That's gonna make me want to go back and watch it again. But I do remember that though. But I mean, look, if any of y'all run across something And I mean, even if you think I don't have it, send it to me. I'm on that right now. Like that is something I'm doing personally.
Word.
And if I have something, I'll share it with you.
Ain't no problem.
I see a whole rack of connections.
Word.
I just haven't traced the dots all the way yet. That's all. I just got to keep tracing them. Keep tracing them. It's gonna pop up one way or another. But I'm like, damn, that thing, the germ, that part is strong. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's strong. I don't know why it's
But
so
most
strong.
of when you're dealing with etymology, Dane, most etymology words that start off is the same. So CON, GR, GRE, GER, GAR, G, all of that shit is the same when you're dealing with because you gotta also understand, see, in English we got vowels. So the vowels could also always be interchangeable. So we already know that a E could be a U, a A, or I. So you have to pretty much know. But when you dealing with etymology, you could know, germ. All you gotta do is find what the core of the word germ means, which we already got an idea what we believe it means. Because I mean, and then like I said, these motherfuckers was germ man. They had syphilis and all this stuff that, you know what I'm saying? And then I think what the Most High made us do. I see what the Most High made us do, because understand this too. Most of them people, when you look at the so-called what we deem to be the British or the Brutish or the Moors in Europe or the Moors in Spain, these people was clean. These niggas was disease-free. They wasn't catching none of that shit. So when they ran across the germ man was fucking dogs. So the germ man had syphilis. And you know what syphilis do to you? Anybody who ever been burnt by a female before already know. Like, that's gonorrhea, but syphilis on some other shit. But honestly, when you say germ man, that's where I believe it came from. Because remember, they said the wild Germans are the reason why they built the Great Wall of China.
That's what I'm saying. It's so many things that match. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Was it the people? Was it the language? Was it I'm still trying to figure out what it is. Because we can see a definition, but I'm trying to see why is it connected with so many different things? It's so many different things, and it's not, and it was even before English. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know German existed before English. I never knew that until I did that research. Yeah, I was like, whoa.
English is one of the last ones, man. English is one of the last ones, man, actually.
And I remember when I used to take Latin, I went through Latin 1, 2, 3, and 4 when I was in high school. Latin they used to claim that Latin was the mother language. Now I know Latin is not the mother language.
For what?
You breaking up, A1. You breaking out actually.
I'm breaking. Oh, my bad. I'm traveling. My bad. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
You said what? You said what language?
Say your question one more time. Damn. It's like it's breaking you out completely, A1.
Y'all can hear me, right? I just mic check.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, you good now.
All right. What I was saying was because we could look at some of that. Look, if really honestly, let's look at some of the letters like Connecticut. You wouldn't never think you wouldn't know until you really listen to it. Connecticut is an Aborigine word. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these words.
So it's Delaware. So it's Mississippi.
Yeah.
Ohio. Damn, he break. Oh yeah, man.
Again, bro.
Oh, my bad. I'm driving, man. My bad. Yeah, I'm in a bad spot right here. But it's a lot of spots up here in Jersey. Like we got Matawan, we got Totowa, we got Totowa, Matawan, Parsippany. That's an English word. Paramus is an English word. I mean, well, I'm not an English word, but it's an Aborigine word. So we got a lot of them, especially in Jersey, because we got the Ramapo Lenapes up here too, and these Negroes. Even though that the chief is a white man.
You know, when we talk about the names and stuff like that, I always mention this is I like to put a smile on people's faces, but all the women out there that got the Isha and the The Keisha, and that's
Yeah.
indigenous. That's an indigenous name. That ain't no, you ain't finding that nowhere else.
Yeah. Just like tequila. That was the name what they named the lodge after. They named the lodge after tequila. And I kept wondering why. How the fuck did they name the lodge after tequila in America? Because they said that was American Aborigine a queen or not a chief but a sycamore. Or what they call the lady, the sachems or the sycamore. They call them sachems. What I have heard the women being called over here. But the matriarchs, yeah. I mean, they named all of these so-called lodges after the matriarchs in this country.
Here's another thing I could say. I think I said this before. I'm gonna say it anyway if I haven't anyway. But the word Orleans means iron workers, and that's where the term New Orleans came from. It was Orleans, AW. It means the iron worker, those that were building the railroad. See, they try to give the credit to these Chinese, but it was already us.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, New Orleans is nothing but North Florida. Before it was called New Orleans, it was Florida. Before Florida, it was Florida, then Virginia. But I mean, because they got it from the Spanish. But what is it? The Orleans part, their whole word, HWLEENS is the original name. And you should be able to find it. It's talking about the iron workers. Matter of fact, that's how I found out. What's her name? The lady they trying to Harriet Tubman's father was an iron worker. I found that, and that's how I know that that's not her. That's not her real name. Okay. I mean, I'm not talking about the lady that they try to put out there and say that that's her. That's not her. And I showed you some pictures to let you know that that's not her. I put that in that documentary. I paused it and let you see what picture they showing me. And not paused it. I let it zoom in. It was one of those you gotta catch what I'm saying type of thing. I was hitting messages. That's not the same lady. The lady that they showing you was that lady that was around those crowds of people. That was her whole family. I'm gonna put out a documentary on her, the real Harriet Tubman. What happened? They didn't lie about the story. They just gave the story to somebody else. That was a white girl that did that. I'm exposed that author that did that. The same thing they tried to do in Nat Turner. The same thing they did to Harriet Tubman.
You look, you just read my mind. Look, speaking of Nat Turner, right? When was Nat Turner? When was Nat Turner resurrection? When was it?
What year? I think it was 1831, if I'm not mistaken.
Why? So what happened in 1830?
I don't know. What you mean?
The Trail of Tears.
Oh yeah, the Trail of
Oh
Tears.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I see.
So now you know why all these resurrections was going on at that same time.
Oh yeah. I've been saying that it's been happening. Even when I was exposing the Nat Turner story, I said there was a lot of wars happening at that time, especially in Virginia. Virginia was going to be fuck off. Excuse my French or whatever, English, German, whatever. But no, like the whole point is that they were warring. They were warring with each other, and it was bigger than a rebellion. That was a revolt. That was bigger than a rebellion. People died, and I mean people died. And that was definitely around the time when we was losing a lot of our chiefs. That was around the same time, and that well goes back to what you were saying. The Nat Turner story kind of reminded you of the guy that was it was a long name. I remember you were telling me that. I never got a chance to go take a look at that. Apechino is what you, yeah.
Apechino. Well, I pronounce it Apechino.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, the Powhatan Nation probably.
That was Powhatan brother. That was King. That was the one that was going to kill John, whatever the fuck his name was, at first, and Powhatan stopped him.
Mm-hmm.
John Rolfe, yeah, because you said John Rolfe was John. What's the other guy name? John. What the fuck is his name, man? The other guy. They the same two people.
They're the same people. He just changed his last name. You talking about Smith?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They the same people.
Yeah. So he was going to kill him when they first came.
Anybody that know the Pocahontas story, who know who that is? Anybody? The whole Pahata Nation know that. That's why. That's the reason why I just sat back and waited for somebody from the Pahata Nation to speak up about that, because somebody had to get it straight, and I let them know when I was out there on camera, like, y'all better hurry up because I'm about to say something about Pocahontas. Y'all better put that out because that needs to come out. They've been lying about Pocahontas the whole time. That's not even her name.
You said her name not Pocahontas?
No, her
What
name
did
is
you
not
find her name
Pocahontas.
was?
I don't know how to
No, I
pronounce.
believe you, but I'm just saying.
Atamu,
Not put.
Atamu. I think it's pronounced that way. Atamu. I could be incorrect about how to pronounce it, but I know that's not her real name.
Damn. Yeah, these motherfuckers is these motherfuckers is some devils, man. I mean, you got to keep on saying it, man, because it's like, you know, and then we're being misled, or we're being misled from all around, bro. If it's not people who come here that feed us with the same shit that they hear, they didn't hear it, they heard it from this country, then it's these people over here telling us who the fuck we is. And then you tell us, no, you got to, because they always said, like, you know, we set the bar differently here, man. We set the bar differently. You got information out there to where if you really want to research, because like I said, at the end of the day, you should not want to leave this planet if you don't know who your forefathers were, or at least not even put attention to try to find out who they were. Because what's more important? You want to know about motherfucking 50 Cent and these other clowns and all other motherfuckers, but you don't know who the fuck your family is. You can name every rapper, and name every starting lineup of all the basketball, baseball, every motherfucking thing. But then when it comes, you can't name the starting lineups of your grandfathers or your grandmother.
Right.
My dude.
Word.
Listen, if you lost your mother, if you didn't know who your mother and father was, you got some people who go on a life quest to find out who their mother and father was.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? People who was orphans, you see how serious that shit is for them to find out who their mothers and fathers is. You see them crying. You see them like, yo, man, I'm happy. Like, and so you don't think we feel a relief like that now that we got an idea of who the fuck we are?
That's right.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Could we get some? He destroyed
sounds, don't we?
No, because you know what? Though, to tell
absolutely the truth.
Nigga, that's like you come ask me a question, Dan. You be like, yo, did you see them guys that just ran past here? And I point the opposite way in which they went. You be like, oh, good looking. And then you run that way and shit.
Exactly.
You just keep running and shit like, yo, he just said it. I know damn where the fuck they at. I couldn't have been that far behind him. You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't have been that far behind them. But this is what they do. And they got us looking at Africa. That's like, listen, telling us that
they
we
misdirection
like,
our aim.
Put a needle in a haystack. Put a needle in a haystack. Tell us that we from Africa, because we don't know what tribe, what people. Even if we is from this so-called country, that country just became that country.
That's right.
Right.
In 1492, that country wasn't that country. If you believe what they tell you. You understand what I'm saying? Because we can even prove it, like I tell you.
We could talk about a lot of countries that just came about, because that's not the real Egypt that they trying to. I mean, we could start there if y'all want to keep talking about Egypt.
And you know what though? And that's another thing too. See, that's why I say, man, we all on the same page, because that was my next research that I was looking into.
Oh man, I found that out traveling, bro. That shit just confirmed when you travel everything.
I got a map with Egypt over here, though. I got a map with Egypt, Krypton, Memphis.
So a whole lot of stuff in the Bible. Everything that is almost a lot of stuff that's in that Bible was being was talking about this area.
And but you know the funny thing about the Bible,
got it decoded,
because it's that too. But when we read a lot of this stuff haven't been tampered with in the English. It has been put in English, but a lot of the words, that the antiquity words, are still in there intact the way they was. You understand what I'm saying? The English words is the English words, and the words they trying to say,
it was just the spell.
The Bible. Exactly.
Exactly.
But that's just like so
You
So
right
now, like I
there.
said,
You right. You know. You bro. Trap. I swear. A1. When you travel, that's going to connect everything. That's going to connect everything.
You know what I ain't been
I'm
nowhere, man. I
verifying
just put
everything that you're saying.
babies
You are absolutely correct. But it would be dope as hell if you pull up on it.
Nah, this summer though, when I'm about to start calling some of these Indian professors at these universities. I'm about to start calling some of them, man, because like I said, this is
them pale face.
I'm about to call them niggas and put them on spot. Like I already spoke to one. I spoke to the young lady. What the fuck is her name? She from North Carolina. She teaches Indian history in North Carolina. Me and her had a heavyweight bill, my brother, and I edified to her. I gotta think of her name. I got it on my phone or whatever though. But yo, she called me back one day, and I couldn't answer the phone, and she left me a message. And she called me from her one of the phones at the college. I called the shit back. I couldn't even get back in touch with her, and I never heard from her. I emailed her or whatever, and I didn't hear nothing else from her. But she left me a message. She said everything you saying checked out. She said I just met a young lady by the name of Rebecca. This is an exact message she left me. She said I just met a young lady by the name of Rebecca. She said her name was Rebecca Edmonds, and she was telling me that she was Indian and her family been classified as color. And she was like, you was right. She was right. She was calling me A1. She was like, you was right, A1. Because she said, now where do I start from? Because I got a master's degree in Native American, what the fuck she said? She said she has a master in something dealing, because she's a Native American teacher. She teaches Native American.
You talking about the Rebecca girl that was like a model, and she had came out.
It was one of her students that went to the school. It was one of the students that went to the school.
Oh, okay.
It was, and she said when me and her had this conversation, it made me think about what you was telling me. And I was like, so she was like, you know what? She was like, I just overlooked it because of the African slave trade and everything. She said it's a lot of people. She says a lot of people here where I'm at in North Carolina that's classified as black that say that they Indian. And she said I never knew why. She said I never knew why. She said, but when I had that me and you was talking, we had the conversation, and you was telling me about how we was falsely classified because the classifications is it.
A1, you know what you did? You did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
You drew light to the people that was always clouded in darkness.
But that's what the magic is, though. That's what this shit is about, bro.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Thank you.
That's what it's about. That's what this shit is about. You know what I'm saying? I get satisfaction.
Exactly. Right there.
And tell me.
When I'm smiling my hardest when I hear it, I say, all right. And what I say? What I tell you?
Yo, I get the
what
same,
and I ain't even had to what?
Yo, I get the same.
And then we go over it one more time. So tell me, what's your second time great grandmother name again? Don't you forever forget these names. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta I love that.
Yo. And that's what I'm trying to say though. But once you learn it and once you're able to apply it and teach, I interviewed two people. Well, I interviewed three people all in one time yesterday. I seen three people that I just said, come here. I asked him about the Indian. I was talking to one guy, asking him about what tribe your grandmother said. The lady heard us. And then it was so first it was just me and the dude talking, and I was recording him. The lady walked into the video. I'm like, miss, I'm in the video. She said, I'm a Cherokee too. I said, oh, all right, well, come on. We'll speak up on it. So she spoke up on it, was telling me. Then another lady walked by the store. She said, I'm Cherokee too. I said, get the fuck out of it. I said, so we all Cherokee. I said, how ironic is that?
And could be ones that were not as big as Cherokee, the ones that were adopted into Cherokee. You could be a part of those.
Because we know we're not all Cherokee. Because the Cherokee, honestly, the Cherokee was created after the Chickamauga. Because I don't think none
Cherokee
of
is
those tribes.
brand new.
Yeah,
Closest to that, we have the Shakori people, which they say went extinct.
The
Nah, that's a
Takora.
lie.
Hold on. You said
Anything they saying extinct, that's a lie.
That's a lie. So you said, hold it. You said the Tuscarora. You mean the Tuscarora or the Takora? That's how you pronounce it.
No, Shakori. S-H, like Shakur, like Tupac Shakur.
Oh, okay, Shakur. Yes.
So that's another thing. So Shakur is not an African last name.
That's not an African last name. I don't think people like Khan. Khan is not an African name either.
No, Khan's here, man. Khan is American.
Yeah,
Khan.
that's our Americana. Exactly, Americana. Do you know about this?
That's how Turkish say it. They say American.
Do they know about that? Should we give them that?
The Khan.
Should we go that far with the Khan?
Oh, they inform. I mean, I did that last video with America. I mean, they watched 42 The Drop.
Oh no, yeah, you did, and I ain't even get a chance to see. Can you send me part 3? I didn't get a chance to see part 3.
Part 3 is Tamari, which is the word that ancient Egyptians called Egypt themselves. It was not called Egypt. So,
wait a minute, Kermit, you gotta say that one more time. My mic was loud. I don't know.
So
a car just went past. We just heard it flying. It sounded like it's raining out there. Like we heard it HD. Like
yeah. So part 3 is about the word Tamari, which is the real ancient name that the Egyptians called their land. Tamaricans.
Oh, so the T was pronounced? You talking about the T-A?
No, I mean I'm just saying, like I'm just reading it, but no, maybe it wasn't pronounced.
Okay. I got confused because I was like, wait a minute, I thought they didn't pronounce the T.
No, I'm just reading it how it's spelled, with T's. But
yeah, so they can understand what they get. No, that's damn.
So you got Egypt also called Patamera, Tamari, It's
Tamari, yeah. Tamari. But I think that's all
on the map
over here. You heard me?
Yeah, that's Memphis. Like you said yesterday, that's Memphis. That's the capital, the Memphis, and we have our Memphis.
And you showed them the map too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fire. I mean, see.
Yeah.
You gonna say
you know what?
Hold up. And let me see part 3.
But we had the Amaraka Kingdom here. In part 1, I explained this in South America. When they got here, they reached the Amaraka Kingdom. Even their first settlement, the first Spanish settlement in South America was called Amaracu, which was that place was called by the Indians, and it was the Kingdom of Amaraka, which is the Amaru. Same thing, Ka is land, so the Amaru, land of the Amaru, and this was where they were getting gold and pearls and everything, and then there's the Amerique Mountains in Nicaragua. We have it named after the Amarisque tribe of Nicaragua. These are all the same.
Mm-hmm.
These are, the word changes here and there, but we had this word. It's nothing to do with America Vespucci that's live. His name was Albert. His name was Albert Alberico.
Alberico.
Yeah.
Alberico.
Yes, Albert.
And he took the prefix from the America region of Nicaragua.
Yep, America.
The Ameriquay, but you also find the French calling us Ameriquay too.
Yeah, so it was French name. Yep, it was a French phrase.
That was a French name, right?
Yep.
They call us Ameriquay.
Yeah.
You see the Ameriquay. You see that in the Septentile historic.
That go all the way to the statue.
Yeah, that Quay, that QUE, that go in. That's in a lot of
statue. The one that wasn't even called the Statue of Liberty, it go all the way to that with the French. Y'all know about that?
What happened?
That's not the real statue.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That was a gift from France, and that's not what she looked.
Live?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Are we live?
Yeah, we still live.
Oh, where's all this fire we dropped and shit? That's my only request. I just don't want to say all this shit for nothing. I want the people to hear this shit.
Yeah, we live.
Yeah, man.
That Statue of Liberty, that's not what she looked like. I hope people know that.
Right.
They should know that by now.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that QU
got chains on her legs. They try and be funny with it. They just hiding it now. The chain is still on her around her ankles.
Yeah, it's still there.
And that's the woman that they showing? That's a strong message. That's a strong message.
Yeah.
And that's one of
Look
the
at what
big.
they doing to our women now.
That's one of the biggest monuments, like over here, like that thing.
Why is it still standing?
Right.
Yeah.
Why is it still standing? That should not be up.
Word, man. It's a lot of these buildings and some of these monuments they done put up that don't supposed to be up and on our lands, man. It's really disrespectful. But we trying to make sure everybody can really coordinate so that way we can really handle that, man. And I think the more we do put the work in, man, it's just gonna spread either way. You know what I'm saying? It's just time, man. It ain't no more games, man. It's really about just going forward, like I say, man. Just from simple builds of like you say, having conversations with your elders and people who know the land in your communities and stuff like that, man. That's what matter right now. So we can really put all this stuff together.
This image that Carameo is showing, what's attracted my attention the most is the guy that's sitting down is looking at the animal, what his hand is doing. I wouldn't consider that a symbol. That's actually a gesture that what you do with your fingers to calm yourself down. I forgot what it's called, but that was done in front of me before. And once I practice it, it does calm you down and calm your nerves and take away headaches. It's like it's a soothing method. It takes pain away, and that's pretty deep.
Yeah. I think it said something about they were drinking, like alcoholic beverage, like out of maybe the fermented corn or something. And I think the little guy in front of him is playing an instrument. I got these from a book that was showing musical scenes.
All right.
It could be calming him down. I mean, if you look at the mode, it looked like everybody's relaxed.
Yeah.
Like it might be a little
Some form
baby
of
or
music.
something right there. Like a little. That's just a little short. You see how they got it like that?
No, that's a little guy. Yep. That's
Yeah.
little. Yep.
And like you say, man, it's always with the locks, yo. You know what I mean? It's like
locks are there.
Them
Yeah.
you was showing what was yesterday, man.
Yeah.
And I mean we gotta pay attention.
I got my hand plaits right now.
Yeah.
And
That's why I blended in with the Cubans.
Yeah. You gonna blend in. We probably a lot of us can go down there, like you say, to the islands, South America, man. Canada.
I'm talking about
land right.
Yeah. You blending right in.
Land right in. They might just look at your swag and be like, okay,
Yeah. That will be noticeable.
But yeah, man. That's what it's about, man. It's about really holding it down, man. Copper Hot Step, man. If you still there, bro.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. Man. I'm here. It's just that it's Friday, so I got in, but I'm here. So yeah, I was gonna show you guys that that snap I took of the coat of arms when I was in that souvenir shop when I was over in Jamaica a week ago. I'll do my screen share. And then I'll even show you that that site where I found the definition as well, where they were saying that it was to do with the Indians. Maroons was to do with the Indians first, and then they were trying to apply it to people that they considered, Afro people afterwards. So it went through like a transition period, the word, like, and its meaning.
Word.
I'm just trying to do a screen share.
Yeah, man. Cause like I say, man, like, you know, this is everybody on the panel. For those who just joined in, you know, I let them all pretty much speak on, you know, how they kind of came through and where they at, and how we all came together, man, and what we really pretty much stand for. And you know, AP came through Aboriginal Power. I was trying to get Medicine Man uh email. Like I say, a couple of more people I invited, you know what I'm saying? Everybody pretty much, you know, we pretty much, you know, we synced in. You know what I'm saying? We're not, you know, we're not against Africans, for one. We're not against any type other, you know, country or continent that supposed to be different from us. It's just the fact that we're not gonna just follow up under a certain identity that we can't prove, or let alone just that doesn't, you know, connect with us. You know what I'm saying? So of course, to each his own, and everybody got the right to identify as they want to, and we respect that. But it's not good to try to force that on the people who know and reestablishing their cultures and trying to advance and progress their lives to reunite with one another and establish our real livelihoods to the highest positions that we possibly can. You know, this is why we doing this right now, and I just appreciate my subscribers who help the message spread, and those, you know, y'all the ones who the leaders and warriors too. In order for you to listen to us, you gotta be. So, you know, we know it's rough. You know what I'm saying? And we just all trying to hang in there together. You know, like I say, my man Copper Hot Step, he way in the UK, but he know his family from here. You know, they told him they do remember that history, and you know, like you said, even over there, they adopting, you know, or they trying to force people to adopt, or swindling, what you would call, or tricking people into accepting identity, you know, that's not theirs, man. And it really matters, you know what I'm saying? So we just breaking that down, man. Shout out to all the subscribers, shout out to everybody in the chat. You know, we're gonna let Copper Hot Step, you know.
Yo, Jaguar, I don't know why this happens, but every time I go live, like, it freezes. So
Oh,
I'm just gonna refresh, and then I'll be like 2 seconds.
yeah, take your time, take your time. You know, I was just letting you know, we good, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was just letting them know, you know, you this is a strong brother. I mean, he talking about, like he say, you know, over there, you know, it's different, but it's kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But it is different. You know, it's like even more watered down. You know, same thing. Corey Mayo. You know, he telling you, well, you know, the Spanish is watered down, and it's just looking at this thing real carefully and really just being real and truthful with yourself. That's the only way you're gonna really be able to bond and understand what we really, you know, putting out there, or what's been put out there. You know, how to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? And it's just time to make that move, man. You know, we in here, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. And yeah, you know, shout out to everybody who always, you know, tuned in to us. And you know, you guys are master teachers now, man. All the info, you know. So yeah,
That's
man.
right.
Respect to all the support. You know, I appreciate it personally.
That's
And
right. You know what I'm saying?
the motivation to keep going and stuff. And when people give you their testimonies, like, you know, I don't know what to expect when I was first making these videos and stuff, but when you see the reactions and the comments and the testimonies, it's you know, it's overwhelming, man. It's like, you know, it makes me happy, you know. It makes you know, so I keep going with it. And I'm glad that people are able to correlate what I'm reading in real life, like in their history, in their personal history. So
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's we just try to make it easy as possible, man. Just keeping it flowing, and the information, it can be a little confusing at times, and that's when you got to learn to pay attention to who's saying it at what time, and exactly what form or dialect or language that they coming from with it, because all that really matters when you really doing a true investigation on history. You know what I'm saying? Not just studying histories, but actually doing an investigation. You know what I'm saying? So we just rocking it out, man, and keeping it thorough. So word. I don't know if everybody got kicked or people might have some phone calls or whatever, but
yeah,
either way, we'll give it a few, man. And like I say, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the subscribers. If you can, hit the like, and share the videos. I know I don't go live much, but it's really just, making sure, I can do what I do on my end, and making sure I give y'all time to, at least tune in to what we all, what we all put in. Everybody, you know, got a lot of work and information that really got to be utilized. So, I don't try to be overcrowding and interrupting bills, and you know what I'm saying. I like to let things flow. You know what I'm saying. I like to go ahead and let people see exactly what they need to see at the time. So, but I'm gonna try to get more and more in tune with the YouTube giving and sharing the information so we can get activated, man, and just keep it rolling. Straight up, man. Check out the chat real quick, man. See what's up.
yeah, I'm right here with you.
Yeah, if they paying attention to these pictures and or the murals and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, this is, I think these still the vases, or these still
Yeah,
the
so
okay.
these are from ceramic vases, cups, bowls, and this is the flattened out part. How it would look flattened out.
Word.
Yeah, these are the Mayas. You see dreadlocks all over the place.
Word. Yay, man. Shout out to old Zoe Taylor. What's up with you, bro? Got Empress Copper Fox, David Corey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Eva Finn. You know what I mean? Al Young Future. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Libra Sun. All right. Kay Lee. You know what I'm saying? Old David Corey. What up, bro? Keep it 1,000 all day long. Honor all day. You know what I'm saying? We got the death dealer in the house. Oh, Cherokee Peasy. What up, bro? Salute, bro. Legacy 500. Peace. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Oggs. Peace. What's up, dope? You already know. Don Twan. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Peace, King. You know what I mean? We keeping it rolling. Dre Soul, where you at, bro? You going hard, man. You going hard. Dre Soul stay coming through on the slide, like dropping jewels and stuff like that too, man. Original Copper Empress been in the building. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it rolling. Libra Sun, what it do? Should have got you on the panel anyway, man. I'll be trying to find your email. I don't know why I don't ever just pop up like everybody else's. But shout out to Libra Sun, man. One of the guys who hold it down. You know what I'm saying? One of the elders too, man. Who really, you know what I'm saying? Well, at least he like an elder to me or whatever, because he really come with a lot of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate what he doing in the back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Um, like I say, we ain't gonna try to hold nobody up, man. Been going for a while. I know I got to get ready to get my children in a minute, man. So we'll probably try to make some noise or something later on or something, man. You know, who knows on what channel, you know what I'm saying? Um, maybe we can really get it jumping. I just really wanted to do this to appreciate everybody, you know what I'm saying? Just to, you know, to all my subscribers, man, and those who just view, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you do, you know what I'm saying, just to enjoy and just to try to get a clear view of what we're saying. And you know, because we're not trying to lead nobody the wrong way. You know, we stand for people who really stand for, you know, the right and the positive manner of you know, treating others the way you want to be treated. And some people don't mind being treated, you know, or being tricked, but I don't, you know, we don't rock like that. And I'm pretty sure, you know, you don't rock like that. So, you know, salute to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Peace to you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this channel can grow. We can keep it going and really get to some activated things. Hopefully when I can do my event, I'm gonna try to throw this major cookout for the like the family and neighborhood and community, and have like some at least like some shirts or something to just give away or whatever, and just have food to give away or whatever, man. And we're gonna set up a DJ and rock it out. You know what I'm saying? And just try to do it like that. And I'm gonna try to get maybe I could try to get something going where I can like at least print something with like some, you know, at least a feather or something on it or whatever, man. Like I want to get something on it instead of just shirt or whatever. But it's really just to, you know what I'm saying, do something with the community or whatever. So I'm gonna try to get that rolling, and you know, just stuff like that, man. So, you know, Core Mayo still in here with me. And if you want to, man, you can say something else, man. And I guess I just close it out, man. And hopefully we probably try to do something later on or something. If you still there, bro.
Yeah, my fault. Thought I was unmuted. Yeah, man, appreciate you having me. It was a good build, man. And you know, more and more people are just gonna, you know, learn and be teachers themselves, and this is gonna spread. And we, you know, this is the core right here. This is the family, the Shabbatah, the tribe. And know thyself is really deep. It's not just about Indians, you know, but it's really deep. This is the true old world. You know, you can say more, you can say Morocco, you can say all that, German, everything. This is the source, though. This is the source. Trendsetters. That's why you got words, you know, that are familiar, other parts of the world that are original to here. Doesn't mean they started in those other places, because this is the source. This is the terrestrial paradise. This is the first land out of the primordial waters. All right, oldest land, confirmed by the most famous geologists. All right, the Mayas are the Nagas. That's why they call you Negro, Naga. All right, it's not about snakes and aliens and reptilians. Dodge the hijack. All right, so you know, it's about the Khans, the priest kings, great priest king, King David. You know, type like, you know, that's what was over here, and they were searching for you for 500 years. All right, they were searching for your kingdoms, and they finally got it. Right, they did the Papal Bull, done diverses. They knew what they were coming to do. All right, perpetual servitude. You're still in perpetual servitude. You don't know that. You know, dumb diverses means until different, until we make a change, until different. All right, even they know it's going to change. So that's why they named it dumb diverses.
That's right.
All right, so they know their time's almost up. And you know, just keep building, keep growing. You know, this is the source. You know, dodge the hijack, your orientation. You got to really see where's the foundation. You know, and it's not because we're trying to boost our land. It's just the foundational truth. And we went with Africa for years, and we were proud of it. And we're like, yeah, man, you know. But that's a lie. You can't go with lies once you see facts. All right. And yeah, just thanks for having me here again.
You already know, man. You here. Chill, man. You ain't even gotta thank me, man. I just appreciate the energy that can be shared, you know what I'm saying, with the people. salute, like I say, once again to everybody in the chat and that was on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Special shout outs to those in that do more in the backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Open Me High and all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We see y'all out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Wanagi, salute, man. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. It don't take much to really show you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters too. You know what I'm saying? It really don't take much to prove. It's just about your understanding and how you're gonna accept it. And people can deny and turn away and say whatever about whatever if they want to. So, you just can't fall for the loop, and we're gonna definitely get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? So there'll be no more loops going on around here, y'all. For real. So shout out to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, y'all had a good little time, man. I just play a little beat back or something, man, real quick, just to let everybody rock it out, man, because I know everybody, kind of be in their own little conversations or whatever. So I just play a little something again to rock us out for a few, man. So y'all just, get with us later if we come through or something, man. So peace.